himself a crossover. Oh, killer crossover.
Just crossover.
It just crossed him over nastily. Another victim to the crossovers. Cross him up and sit him down.
Standards have been lowered. It's time for the crossover, powered by Everlow Concrete Repair at Omaha, everlowconcrete.com.
I wanted that one.
You wanted what?
I wanted to read the crossover ad there. I try and steal it.
Why don't you read it?
You can read it again.
You can read it. You can read it.
No, we can say it more than once.
It's only good. It's only good when I end up.
Let's go.
Give it a whirl, Matt. Read it. Maybe you can do it better.
That's the bit. The bit is I try and get it from Gary when Gary isn't able to do it.
Okay,
you know what I'm
okay.
saying?
I misunderstood the bit.
That's the bit.
You can go ahead and try.
There's a lot of bits that people misunderstand, which is why people don't think I'm funny.
Thank you for your service, Gary.
Yep. He'll be back in when the light is off.
It's a quick shift. It's a hot hockey painting.
He's just painting. He's painting here.
Yeah, but
You're gonna need
I
a
hope
gas mask.
neither one of you with fumes are going to go down.
Well, last time we said there were fumes in here, we were laughed at, mocked roundly for trying to protect lives.
Matt's got spray if you need it.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know the combination of Lysol and the paint fumes will be.
You know what I said before I came
no,
I put my stuff down when I got here and I walked out the door and I walked down the block to the beautiful Dundee double shot to get a coffee.
Oh, you didn't drive through?
No.
You did
it's too
That's
long.
nice.
Yeah, I go in and I talk to the people like Matt would.
Nosy Rosie.
And then I
hate
come back
and I love the people.
And what did I say to you, Josh? What did I say to you? I said, I wish there was a day that, or like a couple days a year that we could just flex right into, oh, you could do your show outside or like not do your show at all, dependent on the weather. You know, it's beautiful. It's perfect outside right now.
Outside.
And the more and more I think about it, you know, we got this whole paint thing now. I think this is a great idea. Shows canceled. Paint.
Oh, I agree with that.
I thought we did that, but
there's a lot of other jobs.
We have to paint.
Feels
more.
like touch-up day.
Aren't there so many jobs in America that just get random ass days off? Like, you know, I feel like we should be entitled to one or two of those.
Just give me one. Just give me one. And I think I'd use it today.
Even days that like regular people get off, we don't always get off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like there are holidays that we
now there are days that we don't have to do our shows and
I'm sure it evens out, but like, you know, there's some like the people who work for the government, they get crazy holidays.
They do. They never work.
It'd be great if we got like a
well, if we were a public company?
Like publicly traded?
Yeah.
We would get a day off when the queen dies?
We might have.
If you guys' show was at like 10, then you would get March Madness off.
That's right. Yeah.
I feel so bad for you guys on those 2 days. Those days are awesome.
You know, that's why I'm always hoping that Creighton will play the 11 a.m. game and they'll say, you know what, let's do 2 hours. Yeah. So when they did.
Here's John at 9 o'clock. Yeah.
But instead they go, you know what, like 10:05 is like a great time for John to come on.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Like 8 o'clock.
Yeah. Have him do a 2-hour pregame. That'd be great.
How about during the College World Series? Would you guys rather have a couple days off during the College World Series or
what do you come on?
Or March Madness?
Oh God, the College World Series.
March Madness.
I'd rather have College World Series.
Tell me why.
College World Series games are long and there would be more days off. So I would
No. I'm giving you like 2 each.
Oh, I would rather take the tournament off then. If the option was don't do a show for any of the CWS.
No,
days.
that's 2 entire weeks.
Now today would be a day though. You're right about an outdoor studio. Like do it in the parking lot.
Seriously,
today.
let's get that tent
beautiful
rolling.
outside.
Yeah. We could do it right next to our friend, the raccoon, who is now
disintegrating.
He's gone.
Who's like in charge of that?
He is gone.
Yeah,
well, I think many people have walked by our old flattened raccoon friend.
But is that a landlord thing or a city thing?
And they have said that's not my job.
Yeah,
and I am one of those people. There's no way that you can see it from here, Matt.
If we were going to call and like,
I didn't know where it was.
We got to do something
for weeks.
Do we call the landlord or do we call the city?
I think it's the landlord.
I would think so.
I think we are responsible for probably our own property at this point.
Yeah.
So
because if it was like in the street, it would already been taken care of.
I haven't seen it. I black out when I pull in the morning. Like
you park on this side?
No, I parked in.
Okay, then you might not have seen.
Yeah, you don't.
I park in the front.
You might not have
whip right in. I turn right on 50th.
You might not have seen it then.
and a whip.
It's like 3 or 4 steps off the steps on the west side.
But it's been here for a while.
Mm-hmm. And it's taking a beating.
They got a company.
A couple people have run over it, lost his head.
Really?
You can just see a little.
You
can see just a little paw.
It's a headless raccoon.
It's just flat. I mean, it just looks like it's an oil spill at this point.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
But at one point, it was a large raccoon.
Yeah.
Who did
Possum, whatever.
somebody had to have chosen to run over it, right? I mean, if it was a large raccoon and it just
Like,
I mean,
when
how-
either
After it was
way-
already dead.
Oh,
yeah, how do you avoid you should avoid that,
You were talking about when it was alive.
when it was dead.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody- I mean, if the
people,
head's
like
off.
you said, people just don't care about their surroundings anymore.
guess
they're
neither
probably
do I,
on their
yeah.
phones. So
Well, I don't text and drive. I refuse to do that.
refusal.
Are you guys fired up for the Laguna Beach 20-year reunion?
What?
You didn't watch Laguna Beach 20 years ago?
I didn't watch Laguna Beach 20 years ago. I knew
don't
that
even-
Laguna
I don't
Beach
even-
existed.
I don't even know what that is.
Kristen
I
and
know
Lauren,
about Hollister.
they were the original content influencers before IG existed.
Is this you don't?
yeah. No, that's true.
Is this
Kristen
Beach?
Cavallari,
Yeah.
Is this
Laguna
a
Beach?
Jay Cutler's old wife.
So
Adrena
it is an
Patridge?
offshoot
No,
of
I
the
know. I
Hills.
heard about her. She
Mhm.
loves
But-
talking about herself.
Laguna Beach was like pretty good.
I
But
thought
it was right around the same time as the Hills.
My
I thought
wife loved it.
I was going to
I
ask if it
loved
was
it.
a Gilligan's Island spinoff. That's what it sounds like.
No, that's different. That's different.
Gilligan's Island and Laguna Beach are a little bit different.
Is Laguna Beach just like non-trashy Jersey Shore?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's kind
But
of right.
non-trashy Jersey
No,
Shore is
not
actually
Jersey Shore,
yeah.
because Laguna Beach is
Well, they're living their lives in Laguna Beach. Jersey Shore,
Yeah.
like the purpose is let's get drunk
Yeah.
and fight.
Yeah.
All right. Have
yeah.
you heard of any of these people? Kristen Cavallari.
Yeah.
yes,
Yes.
Good looking.
Stephen Coletti.
yes.
No.
Morgan Olson.
No.
Christina Schuler.
Okay, you're getting to the one that
Trey Phillips. Lauren
Lauren
Conrad.
Conrad.
Yeah.
You should know.
and Lo Bosworth. Lauren
Yes.
Conrad. What is she doing?
I'm pretty sure non-trashy Jersey Shore is just Cake Boss.
Yeah, no, it's Laguna Beach. And then Hollister was the thing during that time. And then everybody looked
Yeah.
like they were on Laguna Beach.
Yeah. But Laguna Beach was like
you would walk into the mall and you would walk into Hollister and then you would not be able to breathe and then you would leave
I have seen,
Why wouldn't you be able to breathe?
because the smells.
Oh, really? Because of the spray tans?
No, not the tans, the spray
Oh,
in general.
yes.
The Hollister's
God.
just, I mean, I don't know. It was unbelievable, you know. It was-
Back in the day, I shop at Hollister still. It doesn't smell like anything anymore.
really?
Yeah.
Hollisters don't smell anymore.
No, they
Also,
don't
wait, you
Whoa.
shop at Hollister
Yeah,
for what?
shirts.
That's okay.
Jeans?
Yes.
I didn't know they were still in business.
I didn't
Jeans?
either.
I'll be
didn't either.
honest.
Are they
If I-
still at Westroads?
If I want Old Orchard back home, I go to the Hollister
Whoa.
store. If
Guys.
you want,
I'm on the Hollister website right now. They have a graphic crew sweatshirt honoring the 1995 Nebraska team.
On Hollister?
Yeah, for
How-
$49.95.
How'd they get the licensing on that?
I'll
don't
tell you
know.
right now, Hollister's got good graphic tees.
ironically on the 30-year anniversary weekend.
This is a not Herbie Husker, but it's supposed to be Herbie Husker on the
So they
sweatshirt.
didn't get the licensing. Got it.
I like this is a true classic T-shirt, but if you ever see me with like a blue T-shirt, it's Hollister.
Okay.
I like Hollister.
All right. Let's see what's going on in Westroads
Hollister's
these
got
days.
great jeans. Hollister's jeans, they don't ride up on you. They give you a lot of room to
Ooh.
breathe. you know?
Aeropostale is
People wearing
still
jeans?
in the.
I love jeans.
in the Westroads.
Westroads getting a Toys R Us.
Yes, I heard
Oh
about this.
no, Josh.
I thought there was already one in there.
No, Toys R Us, remember, is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Toys
now
R Us
it's
is
coming back basically as a bit.
This is the kangaroo one, right?
Is it like the
Yeah,
Choco Taco?
that's right. You're right.
Kind of. It's just like, hey, wouldn't it be cool? Now people will use it for functional reasons.
Yeah.
Because Toy Story, Toy
Stores.
R Us, Toys R Us should have never gone out of business
No.
in the first
I'm
place.
guessing there were probably structural problems in the corporation.
Hollister level 2 in Westroads, still there.
I like Hollister. It's good shirts. You look hot after you walk out of there. It's good jeans. You can get a nice little button up.
Buckle is better.
I don't know what
Support an
buckle is.
in-state company.
I haven't
Buckle.
shopped for clothes in God knows how long. I've had the same wardrobe for maybe a year and a half now, 2 years.
Yeah, kind of same. I don't really get.
I don't
one.
really like. I kind of
Well,
like what I got.
People just give me shirts
So
now.
the
See, I'm
three
not
of
gonna-
us when you are around an athletic team.
Awesome.
You don't have to worry about your wardrobe.
It's amazing.
I'm ready for basketball season to start because it's time for some new clothes.
Yeah, and people make fun of me for wearing Creighton stuff all the time, but they don't understand that those are the only shirts I have.
Well, I
bought the shirt several years ago at Boulevard Brewing in Kansas City.
I don't know. I mean, I know Gary has noticed, but I have 6 pairs of sweatpants, like 10 shirts, and 5 quarter zips that I wear that just are in consistent rotation. The only thing that is different about me is what hat I wear. That is my customization. That's what I spend money on. I spend money on hats.
No better day each year than drop day for gear.
I see. I don't get that.
When they hand you going to the NCAA tournament, like the week before, like you just got a duffel bag and it was just full of Adidas Omaha basketball stuff.
I get the leak outs. I'm not there on drop day. I get the leak outs. It's like, hey, we got a couple extra of these. You want them?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
If I want team issued gear, I have to go to the team store.
Nah. You could just ask. Just talk to Jay.
Hey Gary, can you give me anything?
Sure.
That's such a no. My Omaha Mavericks quarter zip I bought at the Omaha Mavericks game. I supported the school. $50.
What's this whole thing about you hating the Summit League now? Like every time
he wanted me to, he apologized for
trashing this because I said Northwestern isn't good at volleyball because they lost to a Summit League team, and I didn't mean to disparage the conference.
He's like he doesn't care. He hates the Summit League.
Apparently,
I hate the Summit League.
Yeah,
what's up with that? Where did that come from?
It's actually been boiling, if we're being honest, for the last couple of months. It really started in February.
He's got one foot at the door. He's ready to go to the Missouri Valley.
When I told Gary that I was paying $9.99 a month for Summit League Plus, his immediate reaction was, "Why?
Please stop doing that."
Yeah. It only encourages them.
Yes. Instead of like being on ESPN Plus, they have their own network that takes care of North Dakota and South Dakota.
And not other schools.
Yeah. No, it's actually Summit League Plus is, if we're being honest, like I make all the jokes about it. It's a joke of a network. It's one camera that you can't even decide what broadcast you want to listen to. Different. Yeah. I have it, but when Omaha's playing, when Omaha's playing on Summit League Plus, I go to Baxter. Yeah, I'm Matt McMavsker.
Yeah, it has to be one of the biggest ripoffs of all time. Them and Flow Sports.
Yeah,
tough.
But they made a magical run, and I was willing to pay for it because I wanted to see them win the Summit, which I did. I was a part of the journey.
Well, you'll be disappointed. The trash cans are gone. No trash can shtick this year.
You got to have a new bit.
Well, I know their bit this year they want to be basketball, like good basketball.
Well, that was their bit last year too.
But it got
more people should do that. Looking at you, Big Red.
Hey,
what?
We won our last game of the year. You did it.
That's what I was going to say.
Pass the Tylenol.
Hey, there are only 2 teams in America.
Gosh, that was ridiculous.
Actually, 3, maybe 4, because I think the CBI is still alive. That won their last game.
Yeah,
one of them lives in the state.
I remember.
Yeah. You know what? One beat a really, really good team. The other lost to a team. They didn't even keep their coach. He bailed on their team.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to have my toe in every single basketball team this season, so I don't really have a leg to stand on in terms of making fun of anybody.
Well, you can make fun of everybody.
Well, yeah, because I went to Nebraska.
When you look at this,
I
Matt,
support Omaha,
what do you
and now
see?
I do Creighton postgame.
What do you see when you see this blue roster?
I see a lot of shooting and not a ton of defense.
I see the back cover of the media guide.
The blank one?
No.
Oh, yeah. This will be the back cover of the media guide.
They
were going to put the schedule on.
Honkies.
Rob said he was going to put the schedule on there, but he didn't. They didn't have time.
I see a lot of white and blue.
Yeah, look at these white guys. The exciting whites.
Oh my God! Oh, these white guys. You know who got you outdone though? Illinois. They have more white guys than you do.
Yeah, European whites.
They have more miscellaneous European whites.
Like I think we're more.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a difference.
We get excited about the Euro whites. I think we need to
get excited about the regular whites.
By American.
We think every Euro white guy can play basketball.
Is it the same thing with wine? Do we not get as excited about Napa Valley white wine as we do about European white wine?
So compare the white Americans on Creighton and Nebraska.
Yeah.
So
so
Creighton has Dix, Ty Davis, Hudson Greer,
Mhm.
McAndrew,
Yes. Very white.
Owen Freeman, and
Super.
Trout.
Yes. And then on Nebraska.
Ellen, Yeah, that's it.
On
That's
Nebraska, you have a
that's decent.
That's a pretty good.
That's decent.
Like they would beat the international, the Euro whites on Creighton's roster.
You have, but
Yes.
it's the opposite on Nebraska's roster. Because Nebraska's roster, you have Sanford, Frager, Esijan,
Blue.
No,
he's not white.
he's not white.
Oh,
He's he's not
It's
white.
American, but
Yeah,
not
he's
white.
American, not white.
I was focused on the
You're good.
real thing that he's an American.
No. Not a white guy.
Maybe
So,
we
Sanford,
shouldn't do
Esijan.
this.
Oh, they got another exciting young white guy.
Quentin Rhymes.
No, not
No,
white.
he's not white.
Oh, that's right.
Um,
See, I'm focusing on the Americans.
Aren't you a season ticket holder?
Everybody to me is an American.
Well, yeah,
That's a great take, Gary.
Gary, you don't see color.
Beautiful.
But this is a colored-based segment.
Will Cooper.
Who's
Yes,
that?
okay, there you go. Will Cooper.
Who's Will Cooper?
He's a guy.
So Will Cooper
Is not gonna play.
His dad Todd, who used to work at the World Herald,
Todd.
now teaches at UNO.
Whoa.
He runs the Gateway.
Cooper on courts.
Yes.
Oh wow.
So Will and his brother went to Millard South to play. Will went to Air Force, left Air
Oh
Force.
yes, it's that guy.
Because you have to
That
make
guy.
a decision by the end of your sophomore year if you're going to stay at Air Force or not. So he
Skeens.
then came back home and he's at Nebraska.
Cale
He actually
Jacobson.
looked really good.
I was about to
in
say
the-
Kale.
He looked really good in the open practice the other day.
There you go.
Cooper flew out of Air Force.
Nice.
That's what I'm.
Nice. So you got Esijan, Hoiberg, Cooper, Frager,
Gary, that was a good one.
and Price, Sanford, and Cale.
But they would lose. They
Jacobson.
would lose to the European whites on Nebraska. Masks, Oogie, Berke. Well, actually, I don't know. Maybe I take that back.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe you could make it that. Yeah.
Mask, Oogie, and Berke versus.
And then you could
Jacobson.
combine them with the Creighton European whites.
Yes, but Berke's on the
And
team,
that's
so they would
Mr.
lose.
Karam and Dmitrievich and Fedor.
Okay.
And yeah,
That's. I mean, Fedor would have to do a lot of ball handling.
Fedor could do that.
A lot of ball handling.
Would you like Omaha's international? Well,
What do you got?
no, because they're not white.
Yeah, he's But-
I'm having trouble with this conversation because I just see basketball players.
Boy, that Cal Raleigh's really knocking him out, isn't he?
Good job. Good job. That was awesome. What a home run.
oh my God, Feinbaum said it's
Which
time
one?
for Dabo to go
Well, of course, it's not an SEC school.
to Florida.
See, this whole conversation about basketball, though,
I love basketball.
college basketball starts way too soon.
Great take.
What do you mean by that?
I think it should start later. Like, I think it should start Thanksgiving-ish.
When do you think it should
and I
end?
think the NBA should start on Christmas.
When do you think basketball should end?
Great
The
take.
time it normally ends?
Well, you got to keep March Madness. So at some point, March Madness has to start in March. Just push the
It
season
does,
back
it
a
does.
couple of weeks.
You can have the madness in March if you
What's wrong? What's wrong with a couple weeks of playing and nobody cares? You know, the
Well,
NBA does it for 2 months.
No, we should
The
care
NBA
because
does it for
they're
6
actually
months.
the sport.
Nobody cares
does
about
it
the
well.
NBA until Christmas. That's when people
why I
start
think they
caring
should
with the
kick off
NBA.
on Christmas. But college basketball, though, that period between the start of the season and Thanksgiving, there are actually a lot of really good games
There's great games.
that don't get the attention that they deserve.
Yeah.
Because we're talking
Oh, yeah.
college football.
Michigan State's playing every other blue blood.
Aircraft
and
carrier.
They
Nobody
play
nobody
the
watches.
Champions Classic on the
Yeah.
the Tuesday. I mean, you know how I'd get excited if they would bring back the 24-hour of hoops. on
I
ESPN.
know.
Yeah.
I know.
Are they doing the aircraft carrier thing again?
No, that was a one-time.
Yeah, I
bit,
think
bit,
I think the wind had
Yeah.
a little bit to do with that game.
And it was wet.
Yes.
And they were like, we can't play on this.
But the Players Era Championship is back,
right.
and it's
But-
doubling in size.
So, with that said,
Thanksgiving.
I think in the next 2 or 3 years, college basketball is going to play 40 regular season games.
That's too many. That's probably too
Feels
many.
like a lot.
That's probably too many. You don't need that.
They're going to do some double headers. What?
No, I mean, the season might be stretched a little bit.
I mean, they're
Maybe
gonna
not 40,
they're-
but probably like 35 to 37 regular season games.
they're gonna play 6 weeks when nobody cares. I mean, that's just a part of the deal. If you want to dip in and watch and prepare yourself for the real part of the season, conference slate
Mhm.
starting around January 1st, then you're free to dive into the Players Era Championship or the Jim Maui Invitation or what did Nebraska win the last
the
year?
Diamond Head
The
Classic.
Diamond Head Classic. with
Yeah,
the
brought to you by Hawaiian Airlines.
God, that was a great 2 days around Christmas.
Yep. and
I was sick. I was
or-
watching them whip up on Oklahoma State.
or the Battle for Atlantis, which
Yes.
Creighton, I believe, has been barred from forever.
Why? What'd they do?
They left them a
They
little high and
abandoned them,
dry. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Chase the money.
No Diamond Head this year.
Yeah, Diamond Head's
no.
over.
They are
And
Nebraska
then
basketball.
Maui is not in Maui, right?
No, Maui's in
Oh.
Maui.
Are they back in Maui?
Is it the Maui Classic in Orlando?
It's just not Maui Gym anymore.
Okay.
The Maui Gym.
What is it, Maui Bob?
Maui Gym is out, I think, is the title
Which
sponsor.
made that tournament because it was basically in a high school gym with like super high level.
No, it'll still be there, right?
I want to say the Maui Classic,
The
is-
Maui Invitational.
and Maui Invitational got moved.
Maui's had
Is
some,
Atlanta
had
still
some
playing in a
problems
weird,
last year.
Weird,
It's the Southwest Airlines Maui Invitational, by the way.
Whoa.
Thank
Wow.
you very much.
I got to keep the brand up somehow after taking away my free checked bags.
So here we go. We got Ole Miss, Providence, VCU, Washington, Arizona, BYU, Clemson, and Colorado State.
What a-
Dear
what a
Lord.
weird conglomeration.
Because everybody wanted to play in the Mega NIL tournament.
What are you?
What's the
It
mega,
will be played at the historic Lahaina Civic Center.
What's the mega
Okay.
NIL tournament? The Players Classic.
Yeah.
How
That's
many-
where you get paid $1 million to play.
What team is?
Oh.
Which
what
I think
teams
one
are there?
team dropped out.
There's 32 of them, I think.
Wow.
Or is there 16? Next
There-
year it's 32.
Yeah, but I think St. Joe's dropped out when they made a coaching change.
Rothstein
recently.
did make a St. Joe's tweet recently.
Sad.
I did see him tweet about St.
Well,
Joe's.
college
I think he
basketball-
tweeted about St. Joe's at a very inopportune time.
College basketball's had an interesting last couple of weeks with some coaches that no longer are the coach, and then the guy at Cal State Bakersfield stepped down yesterday after his assistant coach pled not guilty to a charge of pimping and pandering.
Yikes.
Who is he pimping and pandering?
Good question. He pled not guilty, but
Yeah.
that was one of the charges of the 11 that his assistant coach was charged with, and so the head coach at Cal State Bakersfield stepped down.
There's
sounds like-
somehow 18 teams in the players era this
Pimping-
year, but
Pimping and pandering sounds like a really good 90s R&B album.
look at this is the new Maui.
The new Maui.
Alabama, Auburn, Baylor, Creighton, Gonzaga, Houston, Iowa State, Kansas, Maryland,
Lord.
Michigan, Notre Dame, Oregon, Rutgers, San Diego State, St. John, Syracuse, Tennessee, UNLV.
One
Yeah.
of those teams
That's,
is not like the other.
yeah.
Who's the
Notre
one?
Dame. And
Creighton did beat Notre Dame in the players era last place game last year.
was that before? Oh, so that was that was after they lost to Texas A&M.
Correct. It was
And
after
San
it was the
Diego
game after Kalkbrenner got kicked in the nuts.
How does that? That's a really hard thing to do.
I know.
mean,
He,
Are they kicked in the?
yeah, but for him, they're pretty high up there.
well, he jumped, and then there
Oh.
was some kicking and jumping.
And some swelling.
Some ice,
Many weeks. Many weeks.
some ribeyes.
What's wrong with Ryan Kalkbrenner? And
Got
then
kicked
everyone.
in the nuts.
So
That's
they're
right.
playing like 2 arenas or 3?
Well, they're just in Creighton's just in the Michelob
The
one.
Mick Ultra.
Yeah. Not the MGM Tiny Baby Arena that they played in last year, but the other one.
Wait, the MGM is the one where Nebraska won the crown, right?
No, they won the crown at the T-Mobile Center, which is where the hockey team plays.
And where
They
every
started the crown though at the MGM.
So they have Mandalay
Yeah.
Bay has an arena.
this is the one at the Mandalay
Okay.
Bay. Michelob
So
Ultra.
T-Mobile and then MGM has an arena.
Where's the Thomas and Mack
It's where-
Center?
Yeah. Thomas Mack Center's
So
UNLV.
actually, it's
Yeah.
not very far from MGM. It's like
Okay.
down the road across the
Yeah.
street from the airport.
Yeah.
I need to go to Vegas.
You do.
I just need to. I got to screw not being in debt. Just go in debt. Go to Vegas.
I told you this
Weird
weeks
take to
ago.
have.
I know, but this is now now we're getting to the point where I'm like, meh, screw it.
I told you.
I'm getting there.
This is exactly what I told you.
But all these big red overreactions is going to be great for paying for my airfare to Vegas.
That's right.
Shout
That's
out.
right. You're
However
welcome.
you want to spend it.
Yeah, thank you, Josh.
Anyway, basketball is so back.
I'm doing 9. It's going to be great. How much is a flight to Vegas?
I mean, probably like
$9.
$4.
Oh, really?
They're pretty cheap.
Blackjack.
Just
baby.
check and see if Spirit Airlines flies out of Epley.
Did you
Southwest has got like 4 a day.
did you hear about this Frontier?
It's amazing.
Have you guys heard of this Frontier Go Wild pass? There's this guy who's in connected with Barstool. You pay $240 and you can fly anywhere, right, for the year. But the thing is that the flights are incredibly inopportune, and it's like a 22-hour travel day for some of them. Or it's
Ooh.
like the
Yeah,
guy,
we don't live in a frontier.
Oh, area, yeah. No, but I'm saying this is a thing. Like the guy was flying from Chicago to Boston. It was going to take him 22 hours to get there.
Absolutely not.
Because he paid $240 for this Go Wild
I would pay.
pass.
I would pay so much more money to get from Chicago to Boston in like an hour, which is what it's supposed to take.
You could drive from Chicago to Boston faster than 22 hours.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Much faster.
Well, that's why we need high speed rail.
Also, if you're looking for cheap flights, there's a little airline called Allegiant.
Oh,
See, here's the thing.
but then you're pigeonholed into what days they fly.
But you got options. You could leave out of Omaha, or you could drive to Grand Island.
I hate flying. I get panic attack. I've gotten a panic attack on a flight before, so I don't think I'm going to be flying on any of these second-rate airlines.
What do you
Don't
mean?
you have to bring
What's
for
second
Allegiant?
rate?
Don't you have to bring your own seat?
Exactly. Like I'm not going on Spirit. Or
I never heard of any Allegiant flights crashing.
We'll let you bring a bag on if you bring your own seat.
I'm flying United or American.
Southwest is great. I've
Or
never had
Southwest.
an issue.
Or Southwest. I've never had an issue too.
So
Those three
many
airlines.
Southwest flights out of Omaha.
Those are my 3 flights.
Why not Delta?
Delta works too.
You smelt it, you dealt it, man. I mean,
That's not an answer.
I don't know. I've never flown Delta before.
Delta's great. You go to
sure.
Minneapolis, you can be there in 30 minutes.
Oh,
From here to Atlanta on Delta.
Really?
Pretty much. It's like 40.
Yeah.
Damn.
And
Maybe we should do
MSP is a great airport.
You take the train, right?
Go to Mall of America. on
I know the
train
Mall of
or
America.
Go all the way downtown.
IKEA.
You can
See,
go
I
to
don't know.
Huntington Bank Field.
Maybe I should pivot because I want to go to a trip in Tampa. And maybe I take my trip in Tampa to Vegas.
Tampa turns into Vegas. Great idea.
That's what a lot of people say that have been to Tampa.
Excellent.
Kind of reminds you of
Is
Vegas.
there a casino in Tampa?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I go to Tampa then.
Well, you know what? In Vegas, I think it's going to pass, but I believe they will have casinos.
You can do anything you want in Tampa. They'll let you.
The Ybor
You
City.
can do you could do quite a lot of things in Vegas too, except for gambling on your phone. Unless you're in the casino.
I do
or
think
something.
Matt McMaster would thrive in what is it, Ybor City?
Ybor.
Yeah.
What's that?
You'd thrive there. It's a little Cuban pocket.
I like cigars.
It's like what if the old market was Cuban?
Well, I go to Havana Garage in the old market. So,
But what if there was like a
I
whole
once hung
neighborhood
out with
of that?
Dwayne Shinsis in Ybor City,
Wonderful.
the late Florida basketball player.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who was 7'5".
Oh my God.
John emails in. Tell Matt that
That's
with the drop in tourists in Vegas to drop people in there, accepting the NFM card everywhere.
I'm still paying that sucker off.
You always will be.
I know. You got 130.
When you pay it off, you'll be like, "Oh, I need something new."
oh, I got to pay that today.
Oh well.
You better set up
I think
auto
that-
payments.
I actually think the call that I just got was from NFM.
Check Matt's credit score because it's going down today.
No, I have a good credit score. And I paid my first United bill on time.
You guys have a great day.
Whoa!
It's
That
time
was
to go.
abrupt.
It's time to go. You know, I'd rather just cut it off before we just let it, like
Before it just fizzles
retire.
out, I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
We started late, so it felt short to you.
That's what she said.
That's a crossover powered by Everlevel Concrete Repair in Omaha at everlevelconcrete.com. It's Thursday. We'll start things off next.
That's the crossover. The Connor Happer Show is next on 1620 The Zone. It's the Connor Happer Show. Are we sure we want to do this?
Could you, make an announcement that we're ready?
It's the Connor Happer Show on 1620, The Zone.
All right, welcome in. Happy Thursday. Can you believe it? We've made it to Thursday of the bye week. Doesn't it feel like we're doing pretty good, Josh?
Oh, yeah.
We're moving.
Yeah.
And, it's very, very normal. Definitely no weird things going on. Conversations surrounding Nebraska's good quarterback at this point on social media.
Is he good, Connor?
No, he is good.
I don't know. I heard different.
He is good, but people, the Take Factory is really rocking and rolling this week for some reason on Young Dylon. Did you see the other one that came in yesterday from another podcast? And it was like, this offense is broken, and I just can't really. I don't. I'm like, dude, what? If you think this is broken, you should have seen it the last couple of years. Now that's broken. He was like, I just want to give Nebraska fans a hug. Yeah, I think we're okay.
We're built for this.
Yeah.
We've lost 10 years of games against ranked teams.
We've been hardened by the earth.
10 years of 3-point losses.
10 years.
We had a whole documentary series about getting 3 more points than the opponent.
That's true. Now our coach has a podcast. We can do anything. We can do anything. Welcome to the show, everybody. On a Thursday, Jacob Padilla will join us in just a couple minutes at the top of the hour. What?
Honk.
Well, he was at Nebraska volleyball last night. They swept. Yeah. You better take your fingers off that honk button, Josh.
Yeah, I got no honk. Boy, you showed me.
I did see him at Creighton practice yesterday before he left and then went to cover Nebraska volleyball.
That's dedication. He's doing it for you.
Dude, he's everywhere. And could you imagine Jacob Padilla at 4:00 yesterday trying to deal with the traffic on I-80 in Giles? Pain. Big pain.
We gonna finish that?
No. And it's actually making it worse. So yesterday I left practice at probably right around 5 and drive back. And everybody, it's a traffic filled time. Everybody going a little bit slower.
Sure.
And then as you get closer and closer, right till you get about 84th, the last exit on 80 before it changes over to more 80.
Mm-hmm.
It starts backing up in the left 2 lanes.
Mm-hmm.
All the way back there. And then the other 2 lanes are fine. You get on 680.
I get to a certain extent. There's no other way to go, but
you have to find something else.
Yeah.
You have to find something else to do. And once again, that's an area that gets backed up anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's under severe construction. When will it end? People are asking. The last update we heard from the city was October, which is coming up.
Very soon.
October is next week, Josh.
It could be done next week.
It could be done next week, but we know it won't be.
No.
We know that it will not be. Yes, we're just a couple days away from Lupus Day in October 1st.
Oh, wow. Lupus Day.
Coming up right after that. So Jacob will join us at the top of the hour. Michael Bruntz will join us at 12:30. That's the lineup powered by the rooferees at John Higgins Weather Guard. Want to hear from you all today. 402-951-1620 on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. You can call or text that number. Tweet at Happer Show, at Connor Happer on the J-Tech Construction Zone Twitter feed. Email Connor or Josh Show at 1620thezone.com on the Equitable Bank Zone inbox. And we say good morning to the YouTube streamers today. A lot of airport talk in the chat. I love it. I love when people talk airports.
Do we have an airport update?
We did. Last week, I think KTV went down there and they did a story, but it wasn't like anything, new. It was just like, here's
the awning's done or something.
The awning is done. I don't know when the next official airport update comes, but I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait for it to hit my inbox at some point. Seriously, it's the one email I actually like getting because I signed up for alerts from Build OMA or Fly OMA or whatever the hell it is.
Ooh.
I was very, very excited to receive it last time we got it. So I'm excited to get it next time. Stibbs writes in on the YouTube.
Hi, Stibbs.
Good morning. the goodest of mornings even?
Oh, for Stibbs. Yes, sir.
I don't know, Stibbs. You tell me, what would make Mike Stibbs the most happy right now that we could give him?
John Elway returns to the Broncos and quarterbacks them to an AFC championship win over the Kansas City Chiefs.
I don't actually think that Stibbs cares about football anymore.
Oh, okay.
He's too busy being distracted by one giant ass. Here is Big Dumper.
Fly ball to right field. Number 60. A catcher has hit 60 home runs. Your MVP moment, Cal Raleigh.
We'll see about that.
Oh, I think that's booked now.
Oh, no, Josh. No. You clearly don't know how baseball works. Nobody knows that West Coast baseball exists, really. And they're like, oh, look, Aaron Judge is just better than he was last year. He's got another 50 home runs. I think he's the MVP. The Yankees are in the playoffs. I see people trying to make the argument. Frankly, it is really difficult. It is.
No, it's not.
No, I would vote for Cal as well, for the record. But
I know you're supposed to vote for stats, but this is the story of the entire baseball season has been Cal Raleigh.
So the thing that they do is they'll stack these two guys up side by side and they'll say, oh, okay, well, that's kind of even. And then they'll look at a narrative and they'll say, yes, Cal Raleigh has hit 60 home runs as a catcher, is the only one by far to ever do such a thing in baseball. He might break the home run record. He's probably going to. He has 3 more home runs this week. He's got 4 games to do it. So it's possible, the AL home run record, I should say. But you do the thing where it's like, if the Mariners didn't have Cal Raleigh, okay, let's imagine that. If the Yankees didn't have Aaron Judge, okay, let's imagine that. Now, Cal Raleigh has been awesome this year, but I actually think Aaron Judge wins that argument. The Yankees are actually horrible without Aaron Judge.
True.
They're just like an awful baseball team. It'll be an interesting vote. I think Cal Raleigh will win the MVP. He should win the MVP, but I'm not saying it's a slam dunk, Josh. Can't go there.
Stibbs has responded in the chat.
Hi, Stibbs.
I've spent most of my life being distracted by big asses. This one by far is my favorite.
This is the biggest ass anyone has ever seen.
He said a bad word on television.
He did.
He had a David Ortiz moment.
How could you not be romantic about baseball?
Moneyball's been on this week. I've watched it twice.
Excellent work by the Big Dumper and friends last night. I do love it when, the end of the season comes along and you have this team in the Mariners who, they have not experienced hardly any playoff success. And they feel something really special with this team, as exemplified by their catcher hitting 60 home runs, literally out of nowhere. I mean, he is Jeremy Linning this thing. He had a great year last year, but come on, 60 home runs. It's unbelievable. And he's gonna play all but like 5 games this season. I mean, it's
great for a catcher.
It's incredible. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And so, you see at the end of the season, they clinch, and then they clinch the division, and the crowds have been great all year in Seattle, but it's just like, it's like a coronation. It's like, I'm having the greatest time of my life right now. I just want to hang out with 50,000 of my Mariners friends at the Mariners game. And then you get a moment like that last night. He hits 2 home runs. It's so cool. I don't know how you can't love it. It's fantastic. There's nobody that can hate the Mariners, Josh. Nobody. Who in their right mind would hate the Mariners?
Yeah, I mean, maybe if you're a fan of a division rival, but even then.
But everyone knows how this ends.
No. Cal said they're going to win the whole bleeping thing.
Are they?
Who
would,
would,
what have we seen throughout history that would make you believe that, Josh?
Who would?
We can go to the 116 win 2001 Seattle Mariners. How'd that work out?
That was the league screwing over the small market Seattle Mariners.
You could argue that the Yankees were the team of destiny that year after 9/11.
Until they weren't.
Even they got walked off in Game 7.
That's right.
A very painful loss, Josh.
Luis Gonzalez.
That was awesome. That's all I got to say.
That walk-off was awesome.
And enjoy it now, because you never know when it might end. That's all I'm saying. You never know when it might end.
I say open yourself up. You're not going to get hurt.
If we die, we die. Is that what you're saying, Josh?
Yeah.
If we die, we die.
I say,
Oh,
watch out. All right, we'll be back. Thanks for being with us today. More to come on the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
after further review, the host is deemed to be out of bounds. The Connor Happer Show returns in minutes on 1620 The Zone.
Dallas Pumpkin Patch and Apple Orchard has something fun for all ages. Visit the foam ball play area called the Egg Scramble and play in the Prairie Hill town. Have a slice of country fun and pie fresh from the oven, along with our kettle corn, giant turkey legs, cones of warm mini chocolate chip cookies, and fried chicken. Dallas has over 50 attractions, live shows, and 8 rides included with admission. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, September 5th through November 2nd near Gretna, Nebraska.
Got a tweet from Platt Cat last night at Happer Show. Says, "You look like Ellen." And then I wondered if Josh had a stunning omission on what to watch last night. Do we miss a replay of Tommy Boy? And Platt had assured us that we did not miss it. It was just, it came up in his life, which is even better. I'm just glad if you ever find yourself quoting Tommy Boy in your life, just let us know on the J-Tech Construction Zone Twitter feed.
We would genuinely love to hear it. I know it sounds like maybe we're joking around.
No, it was great to check the mentions last night.
Was.
It said, "You look like a hell.
You look like a
You
hell.
look like a hell."
Let me tell you why I suck as a salesman.
Oh man, so good. What a movie. Can't wait till that next cable rerun of Tommy Boy.
It's coming up.
Is it? How soon?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I just know
it definitely
it's in the rotation.
So Jacob will join us in just a couple moments. Michael Bruntz in the noon hour. Grunt the slate.
October 1st. It's coming up.
Coming up at 12:45 today. It's pretty good. I will tell you, Josh, that it's a pretty decent slate.
Okay.
In the NFL this week.
Not like these crap slates we've had the last 2 weeks.
I think you might be hearing some.
I only know one game outside of the solo windows.
Okay. Well, we got some good stuff for you. Be excited. You'll be excited to watch. All right, Josh. Jacob's going to join us in a couple minutes. I went to basketball practice yesterday.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
A lot of people asking their radios, shouting, why, Connor? Why did you go to basketball practice?
Because I view my access to our local sports teams as an honor and a privilege. And I feel as if it is my duty to go to these places and then bring back thoughts and information.
You never go to
it's too far.
Husker.
It's too far.
You never go to Maverick practice.
It's
closer.
I actually don't know very many people over there. I'm sure that they would invite me though.
Yeah.
Gary's never invited me.
Interesting.
So that's why, because I
honk.
I feel as if it is a tremendous responsibility to do so. That's why.
What'd you learn? What'd you figure out about this year's squad?
Well, nothing. I mean, you can't really. You got to stack days, right, Josh? Day by day. I think that they would tell you that they talked before practice yesterday. I think that they would tell you that they had quite the difficult practice yesterday. It was a tough first day. I think
running them hard
for the Blue Jays. Well, they ended up running hard at a variety of different points during practice.
Is this a Syracuse football situation?
What's a Syracuse football situation?
It didn't. Coach didn't like the way they played, so he made them run sprints after the game.
Well, yeah. I mean, conditioning can be a punishment. Yes. There was no game, but yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions?
So we figured out why you went. And you said because it was there. We figured out what you learned, which was not nothing, but
maybe you're not asking the right questions.
Something. See, that's what I feel.
Maybe you're not asking the right questions.
So okay, why don't you just give us a diatribe from practice?
A diatribe?
Some prepared remarks, if you will.
Let's see. Let's look at these.
Otherwise, it feels like you're just bragging about going to practice, which is weird.
No. That's not what I'm. That's not why.
Okay.
That's not why I'm doing this. I didn't even really intend to do a segment on this today.
Oh,
but I know that people wanted it so bad. They were like, "Oh my God, Connor, you were there. Just tell me everything." I just kept hearing that over and over and over again, and so yeah, I feel like it's important. Owen Freeman didn't practice, and he won't practice for several more weeks. There were some guys that were there. New guys. I had never seen Alexa or Karem before.
How did Alexa and Karem look?
I think both will take some time.
Okay.
Projects. So okay, here's one for you. Josh, you're gonna need Owen Freeman back.
Gonna need him back.
Gonna need him back.
I heard that'll take some time.
It is going to take some time, but his presence on the floor for the Blue Jays will be important. And his absence will be felt.
I don't know.
If he is
good
absent
take is the right thing to say
for a period of time.
I appreciate you giving us a take.
Kenneth says, seriously, though, gonna be hard to keep Hudson Greer off the floor. That's a great takeaway by Kenneth. He was killing it yesterday.
Did anyone on that team look like they could contract mono 6 times over the course of the next 4 years?
Let's see. I don't think so.
Okay.
There is a noticeable absence of Ryan Kalkbrenner's voice. He's that screaming.
He was
out.
just yelling at people the last couple of years.
He loves yelling. Gotta
warn him about that in Charlotte.
He was the loudest guy at practice. And that was actually one of the things that they, Matt kind of got on him about yesterday. It's like, you guys you're not communicating. You're not, I think it was a tough day for him.
Got to learn to be
it's
a
first
team.
practice, though, Josh. You want to set the bar low.
Did they do any fun get to know you games?
No.
My name is Jason Gray.
My name,
and I love strawberry ice cream.
No, everybody knows Jason. He's been around for a while.
Not the new guys.
The new guys.
Hi, I'm Hudson Greer, and a fun fact about me is I'm double jointed. You didn't see any of that going on?
No.
Okay.
No, it was more of like, hi, I'm Greg McDermott. Here's how you get in a stance on defense. Hi, I'm Alan Huss. You need to, catch, rip, and step through. There's a little bit of that.
Okay. So it wasn't, hi, I'm Josh Dix, and a fun fact about me is I own every Babysitter's Club book in existence.
Oh, no, I didn't hear much of that.
Okay.
Didn't hear much of that. Nope. So I can't wait to hear what Jacob's thoughts were.
He's a ball knower.
Right.
Not that you're not a ball knower, but.
And volleyball with our dear friend Jacob Padilla.
Also a ball that he knows.
Dan says, how did the 3-man weave look? The 3-man weave, I heard, was run at Nebraska's practice.
Layup lines?
Creighton didn't do any 3-man weave that I saw. I think many people beyond 8th grade would call the 3-man weave a huge waste of time.
Oh, no. What are you saying?
Why would you do the 3-man weave? These are adults.
That's how you win championships.
No, it's not.
Crown championships.
No, I don't think it is. All right, back after this with Jacob Padilla on 1620 The Zone.
And now, the only cure for our basketball Jones. Hail Varsity's Jacob Padilla on the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone, baby.
Double duty for Jacob Padilla yesterday. A little honking down the road as he joins us now on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone Hotline. Good morning, Jacob. What's going on?
Good morning, Connor. Not a lot. It's the fall sports calendar here in Nebraska. So we got some high school volleyball tonight, some high school football tomorrow night.
Ooh.
No Nebraska football this week, but still Nebraska volleyball. So a lot going on.
Plenty of stuff going on. Were you able? Now it's not so much the getting back from Crime Town part that is difficult. It's the getting to Crime Town part. How long did it take you to get from way downtown Omaha to the Bob Devaney Sports Center inside John Cook Arena inside Terry Pettit Court last night?
I actually made better time than I thought I would. I guess the accident that my maps have shown me got cleaned up in time that I was able to get through there in a decent amount of time, and then it wasn't backed up until you made the turn there on I-80 to head west. So had to obviously sit through that a little bit, but
garbage.
Not nearly as bad as I expected. I made good time, got down there around 4:30, which is what I was hoping for.
Okay, that's pretty good given what time you left practice yesterday. What did you? Before we get to volleyball, we were just honking a little bit, and I was giving my very, very important takeaways. Did you see anything on the first day of Creighton practice that piqued your interest?
Yeah, not really. Unfortunately, I did have to take off before they got into any real team stuff. Just a lot of drill work. Obviously, always the stretching always comes first, so not a whole lot you can take away from that. But it was good to be there to hear from Jackson and Mac and Owen especially, and just kind of talking through the start to his Creighton career. And it's funny, Owen said, "I'll be back soon," and said he's not as close as he thinks. So sounds like they're being very cautious with him, but everything's going good. I guess I don't know what percentage he'll be, but he should be back to practice in time for before the start of the regular season, so they'll be able to start working him in before games start to count. Obviously, both Creighton and Iowa State will be without key players for that exhibition we found out yesterday. Obviously, with Freeman still working his way back, and Taman Lipsey is dealing with an injury that'll keep him out 4 to 6 weeks, I think is what I saw. So neither team will be at full strength for that game, but hopefully it'll be good for the regular season. And yeah, man, those pickup games, I don't know that Owen going up for a windmill
I know
game is the smartest thing in the world, considering he's not the most athletic. Like, that's not necessarily his strength. But yeah, it's really set him back, and it set the team back. And Max talked about that, how I think without him, they know what they're going to be able to do offensively, I think, but defensively, they haven't been able to really get a great feel for what this team's strengths are going to be with Owen there. And heck, throughout the offseason, didn't even get Krem Conan and Lexa Dimitrievich there, so they were running Jason Green at the 5. Yeah. So, and that's not necessarily the role that they want him to play, although he'll be ready if he needs to fill in minutes there. But defensively, Max said we knew what they were going to run with Ryan Kalkbrenner. Drop against ball screen coverage, one-on-one in the post, and that's what they were going to do, because that's the best pass forward with him on the floor. That's not the case anymore. They don't have a guy that can replicate what he did and how he played. So he said they've been throwing a lot of stuff at the wall, and they'll have to continue to kind of hone in on that stuff and really try to figure out what works best with this team. And like you said, and we talked about it too, the kind of what we anticipated. They're going to probably do some different things. They're going to mix things up. They're obviously going to use more of their bench than they have in the past, because this is a deeper team than Max ever had, I think, at Creighton, in terms of guys that are going to actually be able to help the team. They probably got more of those guys than they have rotation spots, so that'll be difficult kind of sorting that out during preseason practice here. But they're also going to have different looks that they can throw out against teams, defensively in particular, and trying to figure that out. So that'll be the toughest thing, I think, with Freeman sidelined. One thing, and you were kind of touching on this too, and kind of the theme replacing Kalkbrenner in particular and his vocal leadership in practice is the communication. Mac starts every practice with a quote or a phrase or something, and typically asks one of the players to kind of explain what it means or what it's about. Mac threw out the first one on his own at practice. I think what attitude, effort, and communication, or something like that, something along those lines. And the communication is still something they are stressing needs to improve. And I think Ty Davis, I think, has done a pretty good job throughout the offseason of being vocal. They just need to get everybody else essentially to come along with them. And you talked about the Kalkbrenner's voice screaming out ball screen coverages, and that was definitely an emphasis. Yeah, it was definitely an emphasis yesterday in practice, trying to teach the new guys, like, hey, I forgot who it was, but Max specifically pointed out, like, hey, you guys, Alexa, Karem, you guys hear that? That's how loud you have to be every single time. And I'm sure that's probably not natural for some of these guys, and just takes some getting used to. And so they lost a lot. They got a lot of new guys. I think they accomplished a lot during the off-season workouts, but guys were in and out. They didn't have everybody here yet. So now's the time that they really have to get to work and figure out, all right, who's getting, who understands what they need to do to play at Creighton.
Who's a great guy that we don't talk about, a great core guy that we don't talk about enough? And you mentioned Ty there, who has definitely stepped up his level of, communication and, stepping into a leadership role. Trout is not as loud, Isaac Trout, but definitely a does everything right kind of guy. And remember when he came here a couple of years ago, it was like, he was a far cry from what he was at Grand Island, from an athleticism standpoint. And now he's kind of growing back into that, to where I took a couple glimpses and I'm like, oh, he could help you in a variety of different areas. I think he's a low-key, like, super important guy for them this year, just to be a consistent, steady player in that rotation.
Yeah, and Jackson talked about that too, how Isaac and Jason and Ty and he, as the returners, have really tried to do more to help the newcomers, to kind of show them the way, to make sure they understand what Mac wants, because those guys have been in the program long enough now to understand the standard. And not all those guys may not necessarily be as loud as Kalkbrenner, or as kind of lead in the way that Stephen Ashworth did, but they're trying to fill some of that void. Like, they understand, like, hey, we've been here longer than anybody else here, so we're the ones that have to kind of help make sure that this goes the way it needs to go to keep McDermott and the coaching staff happy. And that's what you want to see out of guys like that. Obviously, Trout's, he's kind of settled into his role. He hasn't necessarily turned into a star putting up 20 points a game or anything, but he's a valuable piece of the team. And you talk about the depth of this team, and he's a big part of that. He's going to be able to do kind of what the team needs of him, be able to provide some of them the different kind of lineups that they can roll with, depending on how things go with the backup fives and whatever. You could potentially see Jason Green, Isaac Trout type of front court to give teams a different look. So yeah, he's going to be an important piece of this, both for his contributions to the stat sheet and everything else he's going to do.
What was the difference from set 1 to set 2 for Nebraska volleyball last night?
Mostly serving, and I think Nebraska side, they talked about it. Like Michigan was playing really well to start, and then I think reality kind of set in. Nebraska realized, hey, we gotta kick it up a notch, and eventually some of these plays they're making aren't going to go their way as long as we keep playing to our standard. And Michigan is a team that did not see anybody like Nebraska in the non-conference. It was hard to watch, honestly, in the last 2 sets. That just how completely Michigan's passing fell apart. They were 10-1 coming out of the non-conference, but they didn't play a single ranked team. So going from that to I guess Virginia was the best team they played. They split. They lost one and then beat them the next day. So that was their one loss. But Nebraska is a completely different animal than anything Michigan saw in the non-conference. And I mean, serving hasn't even been Nebraska's strength. I mean, they're last in the Big Ten in aces per set.
Yeah, we talked about that last week, right? Like, we don't know how good of a serving team they were. That's comparatively to the teams that they had been playing, though.
Yeah, they were the only one under an ace per set in the entire Big Ten. It's like there's a significant gap. So that hasn't necessarily been something that's been a strength for them, but they certainly found it against Michigan. And the Wolverines had no idea what to do with Olivia Malksterv. She had 2 5-0 runs during that second set when they won 25-10. A couple others had some long serving runs. I think Harper, maybe Taylor Lansfair. They were up 12-2 to start that set, and Michigan just completely fell apart. Continued into the third set. They just had they had 5 aces in the last 2 sets, and probably 7 or 8 overpasses that the Nebraska put away easily, and then 2 or 3 where the overpass forced an illegal back row touch at the net from the setter, trying to keep it from going over the net.
Right.
So it was largely a serving, and then everything kind of came around that. Defensively, they picked it up and really kept them in check, and a lot of that was because they were just so completely out of sorts. So I don't know that we're going to see a ton of Big Ten teams react the way they did, but on the other hand, I think that is a confidence builder from a serving standpoint for this team, where I think serving aggression is something that they probably need to ratchet up if they want to win a championship.
They are just a day over a week now from going to Penn State, the next big challenge on the schedule. It's not, the question is not are they ready for it? It's just, I think the kind of up and down of the type of competition that you're going to be facing. Clearly, Nebraska's they've been prepared for this for a long time, and they know the type of teams they have to beat. But I guess, what are you expecting going into that one? And then it's a really long, stretch with limited, kind of competition, especially at home, all the way until kind of the end of the season. So I just wonder what's kind of next on the horizon here for Nebraska volleyball.
Yeah, they. We haven't seen them. They went on the road to Lipscomb, so it's a little different than going to Penn State. So I guess that is kind of the next thing to learn about this team is, all right, how do they handle a road environment like that? But at the same time, Penn State isn't what we thought they were going to be during the preseason,
especially
just because
now.
The Izzy Stark situation and how they haven't quite come together. That's you lose your All-American setter a few matches in the season. That's going to be very difficult on a team. That being said, they still have a lot of talent. So this will be, obviously they got to take care of business on Maryland on Saturday, but then they'll have a whole week to prepare for that Friday night match at Penn State. And so that's the next step. They talk about one game at a time. It's 10 weeks, 20 matches, you're going to have to maintain your focus throughout. And this is going into a tough environment isn't something that we've seen from them. Every time they've played away from home, it's basically been a home match with the amount of Nebraska fans in the stands. So it's going to be a little bit tougher to take over Penn State's arena like Nebraska has done for PBA and down in Nashville. And I mean, I don't know what the breakdown was in Lipscomb, but they set a record, and there were not nearly as many people against Kentucky the following night. So guessing there are a lot of people cheering for Nebraska there. So this will be the next test for someone like Virginia Adriano, who, I mean, she's played professional. I'm sure she's played in front of some fierce crowds, but hasn't done it with this team yet. And so we'll see how does Olivia Malk at libero kind of handle that environment. We've got some players in new roles that are facing something like this for the first time. So it'll be a good learning experience, I think, for Danny Bussom-Kelly and for the fans to see kind of where this team is.
I'd like to check in on your Packers vibes before we let you go. Weekly, I ask you if you feel like they're going to win the Super Bowl. Now they have lost to the Browns. Where are the Packers vibes going into week 4?
Not as bad as I felt immediately after the game. That was an outlier all-time bad performance from that offensive line. Like so far beyond anything any of those players have done. I guess it's not even close. Like that was just a brutally bad day. Some of that was injuries, and they had to do a lot of shuffling that hopefully that aren't long-term injuries. So hopefully they'll be able to get back solidified, because the offensive line did pretty well in the first 2 weeks. So it's not like, oh, suddenly they have a terrible offensive line and Jordan Love's going to be running for his life. That Cleveland defensive front is ridiculous. Shout out to Malik Collins, who maybe had his best NFL game against my team. That's unfortunate, because I liked watching him play, covering him in Nebraska.
Hey, he's been around for a long time now. He's just hung around.
Yep. And he was a menace with Green Bay trying to deal with Myles Garrett on the edge. Took advantage of it. So there's still some things they got to work out, and LaFleur's got to find a way to maybe he gets really conservative anytime you get up 2 scores, and it backfired in a big way against Cleveland. And part of that, though, too, again, was pressure. It's hard to get really creative and aggressive offensively when your quarterback doesn't have enough time to let downfield routes develop. So that's an issue. We saw how difficult things were for Nebraska when Dylan was running for his life from the snap every single play, and Jordan Love faced something similar. Yeah. So it's definitely gives me pause. Like, okay, maybe we're not all the way there yet, but I also don't think it's a sign of some fatal flaw that teams are going to take advantage of the rest of the year. That defense is still ridiculous, and the offense, I think, has enough pieces. They'll be fine.
All right, Jacob, we will let you go. Great to see you yesterday, and I'm sure we'll bump into you somewhere in the coming weeks. Thanks.
All right, sounds good.
Jacob Padilla, Herd Sports. You can see him, hear him, read him everywhere. All the places.
All the places?
All the places. Twitter, in an arena near you. Classic Packers fan Jacob, who almost went as far. He almost said, he was trending down the road of, I'm kind of glad they lost. They needed to get that. They needed to get that out of the way. That's a classic. Like, I think my team is really, really, really good, but I don't want the pressure of them like going undefeated or something like that.
I don't want people asking me about that all year.
I actually buy that, for the record. I could see that. I don't think the Packers are like that impenetrable, that bulletproof to where they're like, well, I'm just, I'm glad we get the undefeated conversation out of the way right now. Like it wouldn't be like that, but it is the kind of loss where you learn some things about yourself, and maybe those lessons are better off learned in September than they are in November. You know what I'm saying?
January.
Or January, God forbid. Yeah. Nebraska wishes it could have learned more lessons about itself before they played Meat Chicken on Saturday.
Yeah, probably. You're probably right.
Or maybe they did and they refused to admit it.
Oh, Oh,
fascinating. All right. We'll be back. Finish. We'll keep rolling with the 11 o'clock hour. I do have the drive chart that I've prepared for you all. We didn't get to the topic of, is it time to bomb the ball? Do you trust Nebraska? So we still have Nebraska football topics for you all. Also, Lincoln Riley can't get over things that are inherent.
Lincoln Riley news.
Lincoln Riley.
Okay.
Lincoln Riley. Bruntz is going to join us in the noon hour. Don't forget, Grunt the Slate is coming up as well. We're back after this on the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone. But yes, a perfect time to remind you that it is Vala's season. Open all the way until November 2nd this year. New attractions, including Aunt Kelsey's Apple Swing, the Vala's Slide Mountain Tube Slide, the Vala's Slide Mountain Tube Slide. That is a hell of a name. And the Vala's Firefly Drone Show, which runs every Tuesday through Saturday night. Fireworks each Friday at 9. And then the classics, the kettle corn, the turkey legs, and all those sorts of things. So Vala's is the place to be, especially on a weekend like this. We have some tickets that we're giving out this week, and Sportsmanlike Conduct has some tickets that they're giving out this week. And so be on the lookout for those. And if you want more information on all this, you can find it on our website, 1620thezone.com.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Now the AL MVP talk is really starting to heat up. Talking about it on Pat McAfee's show. And a poll question by @MLB. Who will win the American League MVP? Aaron Judge or Cal Raleigh?
Big dumper?
Yeah, I think most people on Twitter will vote for Cal Raleigh. That'd be my guess. But, they just put the side-by-side up, and they got Jeff Passan on there right now. Jeff Passan's got his earbuds in. Jeff Passan can't be bothered to get headphones for a television interview. I have to look cool with my AirPods.
Well, you can't have big radio cans on your head during a television interview.
The thing about AirPods, Josh, is that they are Bluetooth, which means it is not a direct connection from the box in which you are getting sound from.
That's right.
And therefore, there will inherently be a delay that is unnecessary. And this is something that we've just accepted on television and on radio and on podcasts these days. People using their AirPods to do things. And I'm like, it's you don't have to.
You're going to ask Jeff Passan to mat that beautiful hair down?
He doesn't even have to wear earphones if he doesn't want. He doesn't even have to wear plugs. Just listen to the sound that's coming out of whatever device it's in. It's on a computer, I'm sure.
No,
it won't reverb back in there.
I agree with you.
Thank you, Josh. I appreciate that. People are just like, oh, AirPods. His AirPods are really sticking out there, though, because he's got giant ears.
Mm-hmm.
I like Jeff Passan for the record. But
we're making fun of him, but
yeah.
Should
drop the AirPods. Well, Jeff McGaffin has a random comment from the YouTube.
Hi, random Jeff.
1 running back, 0 defensive tackles, 1 quarterback, left tackle bust, right tackle, 2 bad knees, 1 tight end, backup quarterback last year. We really think we can compete with the top 7 in the Big Ten? When is Nebraska media going to ask Rule some hard questions about poor roster management? 1 injury away from 3-9, he says. I don't believe that Nebraska is 1 injury away from 3-9. I believe they're like 12 to 15 injuries away from 3-9.
Imagine if they didn't win another game.
That would be the worst thing ever.
They would burn this state down.
Well, he'd get fired, and it'd be over. At least you'd be put out of your misery quickly, right? At least we know one way or the other. Oh, this guy sucked. Okay, time to move on.
There is a comfort in knowing, right? I guess
100%.
We'd like it to break the right way for Nebraska football.
Yeah, I mean, purgatory is a tough place to be, and I think one of the issues that people have a difficult time dealing with is that Nebraska, whenever you have a new coach, it's a long wait to get to where you feel like you can actually evaluate them, and I think we're actually at that point now. And they just lost their first game. They lost a big game in that. And so I think there's probably an overreaction to this. Nebraska's roster is fine. It is deficient in a variety of different areas. But I mean, once again, like the floor has been raised once again to a point where they could compete with these type of teams, and they're not shooting themselves in the foot every single time they play football. I could deal with a team who's on the other side that was better than you, and I thought Michigan was better than Nebraska on Saturday. Every team won't be Michigan. Nebraska will win at least 7 or 8 games.
Well, I'm curious what the 1 injury is.
Probably Dylon.
Well, we got the Teefies.
No. I mean, we do have the Teefies, but they're idiots.
If Dylon got hurt, God forbid, TJ Lateef would prop this thing up. Maybe even take him to new heights.
Do you think so, Josh? Is this what you're saying? Or are you exploiting the Teefy propaganda?
I'm exploiting the Teefy propaganda.
What's wrong with you?
If he's so good, couldn't we? I think Emmett's the 1 injury.
Well, no. If Emmett got hurt, then Nebraska would just throw it every down.
They would still continue to not run the ball.
So it says 1 running back, 0 defensive tackles, 1 quarterback, left tackle bust. By the way, the left tackle bust is actually not your starting left tackle. He's just on the bench. The right tackle, 2 bad knees. That's true. 1 tight end who was the backup quarterback last year. Why does that matter?
That's a fact.
Yeah, but why does it matter?
I don't know.
Yeah. Also, they have more than 1 tight end. Luke Lindenmeyer exists.
He
was
good.
Not the backup quarterback last year.
Correct.
I think as the season goes along, you will find that Nebraska's talent level and every team. There's a lot of teams who have. I mean, there's a lot of football teams out there, Josh. There's 18 of them in the Big Ten. Many of them have holes. I think that you'll find that Nebraska, from a talent perspective, is going to come out exactly where they belong in terms of like like they're going to look like some of the. They are not Ohio State. They're not Oregon. They are not Penn State. And for a lot of people, that's an issue. I didn't expect them to be that this year. I thought there was an outside chance that they could look like that from a record perspective at the end of the year. Maybe they still can. We'll see. But this is what I thought they'd be. They lost a game by 3 points. What's going on here?
You got to come off the ledge. Like you can't.
Yeah, we gotta stop it.
You can't literally live and die with this football team. Like I'm asking you to breathe is all.
Yeah. Dilo says the rise of Michigan football over the past 3 days is notable. Didn't realize they were elite. And apparently Oklahoma must be a generational team. Okay, hold on. Now, fair, I guess. I mean, did you guys think that Michigan was pretty good going into the game? And did you think that they were pretty good coming out of the game? I thought they were pretty good going into the game.
Pretty good, yeah.
I thought that there was a game that Nebraska had a chance to win. They did. They did have a chance to win it. What's going on right now? What is going on right now? They did have a chance to win it against a pretty solid team. I'm not making Michigan out to be a college football playoff team.
No.
Nebraska lost the game by 3 points despite their deficiencies. I also think there's areas where Michigan is really good, like elite, where Nebraska is ass, and specifically rush ends to tackles. You know,
that's a bad matchup.
That's a horrible matchup.
Elite versus ass.
And I don't think Nebraska has a great run game. And I didn't think that going into the game. Right. With all that being said, Nebraska got outrushed by what was it? 200 yards? More than 200 yards when you count sacks. And they lost by 3. Like, everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. It's an opportunity wasted. It's disappointing. I felt like Nebraska had a real chance to get over the hump in that game from a perception standpoint. And now we find ourselves in a pit of sorrow and despair and getting mad at podcasters because they're making fun of the quarterback.
This is how bad it is. Jeff back in the chat. Who on our team would start for any of the Big Ten teams besides Dylan, who is playing awesome? Pat Fitzgerald, please.
Each of Nebraska's top 3 wide receivers would start for basically any Big Ten team in my mind. I think Emmett Johnson is a solid middle, like he would probably start for like half of the Big Ten teams. I think Rocco Spindler would start for more than 75% of the Big Ten teams, if not all of them. I think Justin Evans would do the same. I think Henry Lutoski would start for half or more. I think that it was just about offense, or it was about team?
The team, the roster.
Okay, I think Vincent Shavers would start for everyone. I think Sierra Wright would start for everyone. I think that who else is out there? I think Deshaun McCullough would start for everyone. I think that Deshaun Singleton will start for most.
Name 3 more.
3 more? Okay. Marcus Watson Trent, I think, would start for most. Who are the other D-backs that I'm missing? Actually, I think like Nebraska's like top 8 defensive backs would start for most of the Big Ten teams, for the record. And they don't even start. Some of them don't even start for Nebraska. So chill out. Dear God. Everybody is such a bad mood.
Normally, this kind of dies down by Thursday.
I know, but the podcasters got to us. The podcasters got to us this week.
Oh, right. Who lost his spot at USC and transferred? Oh, yes. Our 5'7" nickel.
No, I didn't say Malcolm Hartzog, for the record. I did not say Malcolm Hartzog. Did you hear me say Malcolm Hartzog until just now? I don't think you did. Or Buford. Michael writes in on Twitter.
Hi, Michael.
I honestly came away from this game feeling a little better about our season. I'm an 8-4, 9-3 guy. Dylon is the real deal. He alone will win you several games. The holes are there. All 8 to 9 win teams have weaknesses that keep them going from 10 or 11. Nebraska's in that group. I agree. I also don't see the need to like defend this at with my back against the wall. It's like Nebraska football is good. I still think we have to find out a lot about this team. And I think we have to find out that, hopefully that they can, figure out some semblance of a ground game and work on some of these things that are going to plague them throughout the season. But there are some problems that are inherent and you can't fix, and they'll just have to deal with some of those, scheme around them, whatever it might be. Nebraska's going to be all right. Nebraska's going to be all right. However, with that being said, Josh, there's going to be a bunch of close games. There's going to be a lot of games like Michigan the rest of the year. And you're still going to have those holes. So you're going to find a way to win those games. There aren't any excuses anymore. I know what the excuses are. I'm not trying to make Nebraska's weaknesses and holes sound like an excuse. Please forgive me if it sounds like that. I'm not trying to defend it, but the bottom line is they need to win games no matter what the shape of the team is right now. It's not like, oh, well, I wish, maybe next year, we got third year Dylan and then our tackles are a little bit better because we've gone into the portal and we've spent $2 billion on tackles or something like that. You don't get that. I'm sorry. You got to win now. It's year 3. It's time to go. This is the truth year. All right. So don't, I am just as urgent as you guys are for Nebraska to win football games. But don't bury him after they lost by 3 to Michigan in September. All right. That's just not a smart idea.
But Dylan is ass.
Dylan is absolutely not ass. And I actually don't think there's anyone who's saying that.
I heard different.
I don't think there's anyone who's saying
it was a podcast.
You need to stop listening.
It was a muscular man in a tight t-shirt and no hair.
Doug in Idaho says none of those guys that I mentioned are all conference or even honorable mention all conference. Well, some of that is that there's 400 teams in the stupid, idiotic Big Ten conference. And I think Sierra Wright is an all conference caliber player. They don't even throw
They
at him
don't throw
anymore.
his side of the field.
Yeah. I think there's, from a statistical standpoint, the 3 wide receivers, we'll see where they end up compared to their conference friends. But I think those guys can be all conference caliber players. And I think there's some good quarterbacks in the Big Ten, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Dylan on that list at the end of the year.
Good quarterbacks in the Big Ten?
There are.
It's not a quarterback conference.
It wasn't, but now it is.
Wow.
There's some good quarterbacks in there, Josh.
Is Dylan one of them?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
Oh, Tom Fornelli told me that he sucks. Tom Fornelli said he's pretty much Lieutenant Dan out there.
Josh, you love Tom Fornelli.
Oh, you're the one who brags about reading them all the time.
Tom Fornelli. All right, we'll be back. The odd news. We were going to get to the drive chart there, but
sorry.
Back after this on 1620 The Zone.
I'm a fabulous driver.
The Connor Happer Show.
I'm one of the best friends you could ever have in your life.
On 1620 The Zone.
I hate you.
Is your concrete cracked or uneven? Hey everyone, Coach Greg McDermott here to explain why you should choose Everlevel Concrete Repair. Many people think they need to replace broken concrete, but repairing it provides durable protection and comes at a fraction of the cost. Everlevel provides permanent repair solutions to fix your concrete and protect it against future damage, and it all comes with a long-term transferable warranty. They offer free inspections to walk you through the entire process. Call Everlevel Concrete Repair today.
Vala's Pumpkin Patch and Apple Orchard is celebrating its 41st year of creating magical memories. Swing into fun on the new swing ride called Aunt Kelsey's Apple Swing. Take a drive on Fun Country Drive where the kids are the drivers. There are over 50 attractions included with admission, such as Jan's Carousel, a barnyard challenge course, zip line, live performances, train rides, and more. Vala's, open daily 9 to 9, September 5th through November 2nd.
And now we've reached the point in the show where Josh Odson reads the peculiar, the bizarre, the comical, the odd news with Odd Son. Odd news, Odd Son. See what we did there? The odd news with Odd Son.
Josh Odson looking for clicks. He knows that if we put
what are you talking about?
Livy Dunn in her pits on the YouTube stream, that people will start clicking.
She's just watching her boyfriend play baseball.
Now that's not because last time we saw a picture. Remember when we got the picture from the guy who was robbing home runs, the home run derby, and he looked like Scott Stapp or something like that, and it was fake. Now, is this real? Or did someone Photoshop dirt on Livy Dunn's pits?
I'm pretty sure this is real.
Okay.
I mean, I looked up Livy Dunn pits. Some stuff came up, let me tell you.
She was recording some of Paul Skeen's start from her phone in the suite last night. Somebody should tell her that the games are on television.
You don't have to record it.
Yeah, you could go back.
I got to Snapchat it.
They'll have better views for you on the TV broadcast. But classic Jock.
She's just like us.
Tommy says on YouTube, "What the heck is this picture? I can't take my phone out in public." He can.
I mean,
you just have to answer the question: Why are Livy Dunn's pits on your phone? So this is just a radio show that I like to listen to. What do you mean? I'm not a pervert.
Chance setting a trap for Gary Sharp, Scooby-Doo style.
Kids. All right, here we go. What do we got today?
Connor, you're familiar with the term hard launching a relationship, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Are we talking about Lane Kiffin's daughter on this show?
We are.
Are we sure that everything's okay here? Because last time we talked about females from Mississippi Last time the sports world talked about females from Mississippi, it did not go well.
No, Pat McAfee had to pay like $75 million and issue an on-air apology.
Yes. Is this all confirmed?
Yes. Pretty sure.
All right, Josh is going with it. He takes full responsibility.
Lane Kiffin's daughter, Landry, made some news earlier this week by becoming Instagram official with Whit Weeks. Who's Whit Weeks, you ask? Well, he's a linebacker for the Louisiana State Tigers.
Shout out to Livy Dunn.
Yes.
LSU.
It
and
all
Paul
fit in.
Skeens.
Yes. Now, it just happens to be that Ole Miss plays LSU this week.
Interesting timing.
Very interesting timing. Many people calling this, quote, peak mind games, to which Lane Kiffin replied on social media, take the over.
He did say that. It's a very interesting response. So
she's exactly like her dad. She's trolling.
Okay. All right. I can see that.
Mm-hmm. That's my theory. I don't. What's your theory?
I don't know. Maybe she's just in love. I believe in love. You always question love.
I do question love.
You question love all the time. All you do is question love, especially in love involving football players.
I like testing love.
Yeah. You want to ask questions.
Just ask my wife. I love testing love.
You're interrogating love.
Yeah.
Poking holes in love.
I
let love.
I just want to know if Landry is doing this for herself or to piss off daddy.
Whit Weeks, star linebacker for LSU, would have to be in on the bit. Right?
Have you seen Landry?
No, admittedly, no.
You'd play along. Question.
He's a star linebacker for LSU.
Yeah. There's
many
thousands of beautiful women on the campus of LSU. Sure. I'm sure of it.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't have much to comment on it, Josh.
Okay. Probably for the best.
Yeah, probably for the best.
Rob Gronkowski, you're familiar with him. He goes by the name Gronk on occasion.
Yes.
He appeared on is it the Kay Adams show or Up and Adams? Up and Adams.
Okay.
He was.
What network is she on these days?
FanDuel Sports Network, Connor.
All right.
And it all appeared to be going normal, business as usual, typical Gronk interview. When Gronk's mom strolled onto not the set because, they're all done via Zoom now, but wherever Rob was standing, Gronk's mom walked in the shot and began spanking her son with a green spoon.
This is not funny.
No.
This is quite horrifying.
Gronk allowed this to happen as it seemed fairly commonplace to whoever wrote this article.
Gronk getting spanked?
Spanked.
By his mom?
How did you used to hit Gronk with that spoon? Can we do a reenactment really quick before you go? I have the spoon. I can go find it. Yeah, give me a minute. Yes, go on, grab it. I think we should reenact
so this wasn't like a random, she came up to him and started spanking him. Okay.
It was the topic of conversation. She found the spoon.
Everything's fine.
Well, I don't know about that because then she spanked her son.
Yeah, but it wasn't just like, here comes Gronk's mom.
I mean, he did bend over.
Yeah, but everyone was asking for it at that point.
She had no choice.
No choice.
Okay, I guess I see your point there. She had
very interesting stories today.
Yeah, we got one more.
Yeah,
this comes to us from the New Heights podcast. Are you familiar?
Oh, great!
Oh no! Disaster! What a bad idea! Oh my goodness!
Their guest was Leonardo DiCaprio. Good get New Heights.
Oh no! Disaster!
And Leo revealed in a clip that his agent, he was so excited. He finally got an agent. And one of the first things his agent told him, your name is too ethnic. You're going to need to change it if you want to be famous. And he said, what? My name is Leonardo DiCaprio. It's fine. It's Italian. I think I'll be fine. And he said, no, your name is Lenny Williams.
Holy crap. Really?
Yeah. And, Leonardo DiCaprio said, no, I'm not going by Lenny Williams. He was 12, 13 years old at the time.
What an excellent choice by Leonardo.
And then he's sitting next to the co-star of his new movie, Benicio del Toro, and Benicio said, yeah, they also said my name was too ethnic. They said they were going to call me Benny Dell.
Okay, so just think about this. I mean, this would have been horrible. If you, what was his name? Lenny?
The name they proposed he go by was Lenny Williams.
Lenny Williams. So let's say everything stays the same for Leo, and his name is Lenny Williams this entire time. And then people just now realize that his name is actually Leonardo DiCaprio.
What a dreamy name.
And then they realize how much cooler that is than Lenny Williams. This would have been the greatest mistake in acting history. I'm glad Leo was smart enough to not do that. Good job by him.
Okay, Lenny Kravitz, Lenny Dykstra, Lenny Bruce. Who are our famous?
I mean, not
Lennys?
that Lenny is bad, but just Leonardo is just way better.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
For a distinguished type of actor, Leonardo you wanted to change DiCaprio to Williams?
Williams,
a nonsensical choice.
Yeah,
that would have been.
Lenny is.
I can't believe
not the name of a sex symbol.
I can't believe that his real name is Leonardo Wilhelm DiCaprio.
That's
it's an absurd name.
That's all him.
I mean, that's crazy. Usually you have to, you make that up in the lab somewhere. Hey, I came up with that. No, his name is just that good. Nice job, Leo. A great choice by you, not being Lenny. Lenny! Josh is always surprised that I've seen Memento. Lenny!
I am, yes. I'm going to call him Lenny if I ever meet him.
Lenny!
Hey, Lenny. How you doing? Put her there, Lenny.
I would like to meet Leonardo DiCaprio. Kind of seems like a halfway decent hang.
I was just about to ask, good hang, yes or no?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, just talk about The Departed. Probably.
Yeah, I don't know what I would talk to him like outside of
Catch Me If You Can
movies he's been in.
Yeah.
Like I don't like I care
which
about
movie,
I don't
you could ask him like which movie do you want to be in that you're not in?
Yeah.
Because he hasn't missed much over the years,
I don't want to say I don't care about the environment, but like here's the things I know Leonardo DiCaprio cares about outside of making movies. Banging young models and the earth.
He cares about the earth?
Yeah, he's super into like
he's an earth guy?
Being green, but also flying his private jet places.
Of course.
We're all walking contradictions.
100%. 100%. Josh, thank you.
Thank you, Connor.
That is the odd news. We'll come back the noon hour where we have plenty to come. Michael Bruntz will join us at the bottom of the hour. Grunt the slate is coming up. Back after this on 1620 The Zone.
He does it the only way he knows how. With his massive sports brain sprinkled with a smidgen of rabble-rousing. Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
All right, welcome back to new hour of the Connor Happer Show. You're on 1620 The Zone and on 1620thezone.com. Connor Happer, Josh Hodson with you. Texter writes in from this is actually a tweet from Nick Team Seal, formerly known as SEAL Team Nick. He's turned into a SEAL now. Loved Lenny Williams in The Departed. He was killing it in that movie. Spoiler alert. Lenny died. Lenny! That's what they'd say to Leonardo DiCaprio. They'd call him Lenny. Really, it's the Williams part that bothers me the most. Why would you go from DiCaprio to Williams? Well, not that Williams is a bad name, but DiCaprio? Are you kidding me?
We're really trying to unethnic that name.
And go to Williams?
Yeah, just...
I suppose it is ethnically ambiguous.
Mm-hmm. What's a Williams?
Why not Smith?
Yeah.
Lenny
I mean,
Smith.
if you're going to go for it, right?
Oh. Anyway. I think I know the answer to this question.
Okay.
But, because I'm judging off of the last Husker football segment that we did in the 11 o'clock hour. But I was going to ask this question today, so I'll ask it anyway. So Nebraska is headed into chunk 2 of its schedule this year.
That's right.
It's funny how this worked. But they have Michigan State coming up next Saturday. Then they have a trip out to Maryland, trip to Minnesota, and then coming back home against Northwestern to finish off chunk number 2. It's all taking place within the month of October. Our chunks are monthed out this year, which is kind of nice.
Wow.
So you'll look at these games, and Nebraska will, I think, likely be favorites in all of them. Maybe you can make the case they're not at Maryland. Maybe you can make the case they're not at Minnesota.
John Bishop terrified of Maryland.
It'll be close. Yeah, John Bishop keeps talking about Maryland.
Maryland. I'm like, John, it's September.
It's Michigan State week. It's Michigan State. We're on to Michigan State. But Nebraska will pretty likely be favorites or close to favorites in all 4 of these games. And also keep in mind that to finish off the most recent chunk, Nebraska lost their most recent game to Michigan. It has put people into a pretzel in terms of what they think about this team. So knowing all that, I'll ask you this question. Do you trust Nebraska football to win 4 consecutive football games?
Do I trust them?
Yes. This question is of you. Consider all of your thoughts on Nebraska football. Do you trust them to win 4 consecutive football games?
I do not.
Do you trust them, period? Do you trust them at all?
Wow. That's a great question.
This is a question really thought of trust, Josh.
Because really, my trust is baked into a couple of meaningless games. I guess they did TCB those games. Taking care of business. It's what
cool people say it all the time.
High-powered professionals call it.
Uh-huh.
More than in years past. Is that an answer?
Sure.
I don't know if it means I trust them, but I trust them more than I did in years past. They seem more confident and less mistake prone than in years past.
Agreed. That's where trust comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think in a lot of people's minds, it broke their trust to lose to Michigan. In my mind, that's not where trust is originated from. Trust is your ability to play up to the capability of your quote unquote standards. Now, Nebraska was not good enough in some areas on Saturday. That doesn't mean they can't get better. It doesn't mean that there isn't some things that they could do. But I would say that generally, Nebraska did not beat themselves in that game. That's where trust comes from, And so you're starting to get this baseline of what they can be on a week in and week out basis. Time after time after time, Nebraska would go into games like the next 4. They'd be favorites, and you'd say, oh, they're favorites. I think that they'll win. And they lost. They never win those games. They never win those games. Those 50-50 games, the ones where you're like 3 to 7 point favorites, they rarely ever win them. In fact, I have stats to tell you about these things. I just have to find it real quick.
You have one game to play with in the second chunk.
Oh, you think they could go 3-1 and you could still trust them? Is that what you're saying?
And I could still be happy with the result of the chunk.
Happy with the result of the chunk. Okay.
They would be what? They'd be what? 6-2?
They would be 6-2 if they go 3-1 in this chunk. Yes.
We're going to Vegas.
Oh, interesting. Because I don't know. Maybe expectations got way more out of whack than I thought leading into the Michigan game. But because I agree with you, Josh. Like, if you were to tell people that they'd be 6-2 after 8, they'd be like, "Oh, nice." Like, yeah, I could live with that.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty cool.
That's the exact reaction.
I mean, judging off of them losing to Michigan and where they're at right now, it's like if they don't win the next 4, then I'm going to have to kill someone.
I mean, they might have folded the program.
Yeah.
They lost to Michigan by 3 points.
Yeah. So I guess, I don't know, maybe we got lost somewhere in that, but I think it's very, very doable and reasonable for them to win their next 4. I also told you that going into a similar chunk in several other years. You know what I mean? We're like, yeah, hey, it's real easy. All you got to do is beat the teams that you're supposed to beat. And the difference here is, this is why I ask you the question. The difference here is that I actually do trust them to beat teams that they're supposed to beat. I do. I think there is some evidence here too. And here is where it comes from. I think they made the winning play in the Cincinnati game. I think they were, the sneaky positive that I think that came from the Cincinnati game was they had to be really, really patient with their approach, especially offensively. And I think that there was some maturity in there. I haven't seen Nebraska just absolutely be afraid and crap their pants in big moments this year. There's only 2 games in which we've had any semblance of big moments so far this year. But I don't think you can make the case that Nebraska, had all these self-inflicted errors and that's why they lost to Michigan. I think Nebraska lost because they were worse. And I think Nebraska lost because they had more football holes than Michigan did.
Some of those holes were on the line.
Absolutely. 100%. But I don't believe the same could have been said for any of these last 4 or 5 teams, or 4 or 5 games, or 4 or 5 seasons is what I mean. And so Dwayne the Rock Hudson writes in right now, he says, "Come on, Happer, you trust him to beat Minnesota." I kind of do. And here's why.
Whoa.
The games against Minnesota, Iowa, and sometimes Wisconsin over like the last decade, how have those games all been lost?
Back-breaking turnover late.
Yes. Those teams,
nailed it.
Those Big Ten West teams, it's not in their DNA to go out and grab games. It's in their DNA to sit back and wait for you to screw up. And they've won a lot of them doing that. But they don't win because they're more talented than anybody else. So what I'm saying is Nebraska's talent actually has the ability to kind of show, because they're doing things right. And they're not in their own heads, and there's not this weird, we don't have to ask these weird questions about curses and why don't these guys play up to their strengths and their capabilities? Like, Nebraska's weaknesses are what their weaknesses are, and we could actually approach these football games as like real football games instead of like, well, what's a key that that we talked about like so many times over the last 3 or 4 years. Well, I just think they got to start hot. I just think they got to start really well because,
we do say that
I
lot.
just think like they just really need it from a mental perspective. I don't care about that crap anymore.
Matt Rule, get up, stay up.
Yeah. I would like them to jump on top and play with a lead against a team like Michigan, but I don't care about it from a mental perspective. Nebraska got drug into the deep end twice against Michigan. And yeah, maybe they were gifted plays to get out of it, including a taunting penalty and a Hail Mary before half, but they did it, right? They got out of it. And sometimes that's football. It comes down to those type of plays. So I can't definitively tell you that they're going to go 4-0 in these next 4. But I do trust them to play to their capability, whatever their capability is. And the problem with me saying that I think they're going to win all 4 of them is I just don't know how good they are yet. That's an incomplete puzzle. It's an incomplete picture. I can't wait to see what it looks like after this week. But I do think they'll play well. There's a difference between what I expect now compared to what it has been over the last several years.
And for the most part, I don't know how good their opponents are or aren't.
Yeah. Right.
Like everybody's still trying to figure out who they are.
I think so. I mean, but like I said, Iowa and Minnesota, they kind of always are the same, and when they have really good seasons and they're like playoff contenders at the end of the year, Iowa's done that a couple times. Minnesota was that like once, right? In 2019. A lot of it is just like, okay, can we get off? Can we win a bunch of really, really close games and then jump up once? That's exactly what Minnesota did in 19. Minnesota won like against crap teams by 7. Go back and look at Minnesota 2019.
Oh, you literally want me to go look?
Yes. Pull up Minnesota 2019 right now because they won. They beat like South Dakota State by a touchdown early in the season. They beat all their games were close, all of them. And then they beat Penn State. And that was their big breakout victory. And Nebraska's still searching for the big breakout victory, but sometimes it's, that's how those teams sort of get rolling.
Yep. Touchdown win over South Dakota State and then 2 overtimes at Fresno State. Walked away with a win. Only beat Georgia Southern the next week by a field goal. Purdue by a touchdown, and then
it's unfortunate
later in the year.
It's unfortunate. Mike said that's just it, Connor. This team lost to Michigan in spite of Michigan literally giving them every opportunity to win. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a couple different routes to this thing. It's unfortunate that Nebraska couldn't go out and grab that one, and maybe they're not at the point where they could do that. But at the very least, I just. I don't think they're going to get drugged in. That's why a lot of people you hear, local people say that Nebraska is going to beat Iowa this year.
You're hearing that more and more.
Yeah. I mean, some of that is what Iowa is, but also I think Nebraska can get drug into the deep end and hold their breath. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they could go underwater and hold their breath. In past years, they just drown.
Combined record of teams in this chunk, 10-4.
Okay.
Obviously.
What's that stat mean?
I mean, that's everyone in this chunk, minus Northwestern, has a very good record right now. Obviously, that's going to change. It's going to ebb and flow.
Yeah, I mean, but look at what you've seen. I mean, Michigan State has a porous defense.
They do.
I'm not trying to discredit Michigan State. Nebraska, if they win this game, will probably win by less than 2 touchdowns. Right. Same thing with Maryland, who has been exactly what Maryland always is before the year. I don't know. I would go into this stretch more concerned in previous years. And I know that Nebraska doesn't have much of a run game. And I know that Nebraska has a problem at our offensive tackle. And I know that Michigan ran all over them for 280 whatever yards. I understand all that. But
you do understand all that.
Yeah, thanks for following up. I do. I really do.
Okay.
But I trust them more. I do. I just trust them more. So back to your answer, Josh. I trust them more than I have in previous years. Jeff writes in.
Jeff.
I appreciate you guys trying to pump sunshine, but the lines on both sides look bad, and that spells trouble for conference play. Okay, so let's evaluate that real quick.
Okay.
Where do you want to start? Offense or defense?
I don't know. Offense.
Okay. So Nebraska's tackles are bad. Definitely.
You said it. You admit it.
Yep. Nebraska's tackles are not good. Now, Michigan's edge rushers, those guys are good, especially Barham. Okay, so those guys are good. So I want you to factor that into your math equation on this sucks and this will never be good ever again.
Not going to be a Barham on those.
I have never heard anything bad about Nebraska's the interior of Nebraska's line. You don't notice that. Rocco, Evans, and Lutovsky. That's what I'm saying is that's a good thing. I'm not trying to pump sunshine. I'm just telling you what I see. And I do think you have to take into account that Michigan's rush ends were pretty good. And yes, Nebraska's tackles were indeed bad in that game. I think when we talk about the offensive line, we need to refocus it into a conversation about Nebraska's lack of a run game. That is more of a problem to me than it's like, oh, we got to put everything on the offensive line. Because I believe some of Nebraska's problems in the run game are running back related. I believe some of Nebraska's problems in the run game are offensive line related as well. There's also ways that you could get around this. Nebraska could start throwing the ball a lot more.
Bomb the ball?
With quicker passes and things like this.
Oh, you hate a bubble screen.
So Nebraska, it's possible that Nebraska at the end of the year is one of the worst 3 or 4 teams in the Big Ten at running the football. Very possible. And they'll say, Nebraska can't run the ball. They're one of the worst teams in the Big Ten at running the ball. But the truth will be, they're not trying. They're not trying to run the ball that much. So, of course, they're not going to run the ball. Purdue went to the Big Ten championship game a couple years ago, running it like once a game. You know? I'm not saying Nebraska's going to go all full Purdue on this thing, but there are things that you could do. Speaking of that, let's flip it over to the defensive side. Once again, I'm not like, I always feel stupid about this because I always feel like I have to play defense when Nebraska loses a football game. And then I always feel like I have to play offense when they win.
Do.
It's stupid. It's stupid. We overreact to everything.
Everything.
Nebraska's defensive linemen are small. There is nothing they can do about that. But they knew that coming into the season. That's why you heard the defensive coordinator talk about how they're going to be doing stunts and twists and everything like that on the defensive line. And yes, there was a couple times against Michigan on long plays. The long plays aren't going anywhere, by the way. We knew this going into the year. Other teams are going to hit big runs on you because there's a better chance now more than ever, that they are going to bust on defense because their defensive linemen are getting misplaced and their linebackers are having a difficult time covering. It's just when you have that more often, it's going to happen. It will happen. That will not be the last 75-yard touchdown run Nebraska has against them this year. I promise you. It's going to happen. Can you minimize it? And can you ask those guys to get better? Of course. And is Michigan pretty good at running the ball? Is it kind of their bread and butter? Yeah, especially with the quarterback. Nowadays, I mean, he was untouched on a 38-yard run. So, I don't know. We just always act like this is just what it is. Like, there it is. Offensive line sucks, defensive line sucks, end of story.
Well, that's what they showed me in one game. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, I don't.
Things can change from game to game.
Yeah, there is another team on the other side. Mm-hmm. There is another team on the other side. So I don't want to sit here and sound like I'm just playing defense. I understand people's frustrations.
Those lines are ass.
But let's not. Yeah, the lines need to be better. But that's more of a long-term problem than it is a short-term problem.
Right.
Nebraska needs to get better players on the offensive and defensive line. Once again, more of a long-term problem than it is a short-term problem. In the short term, you can't do much about it. So you have to either scheme around it or ask those players to just be better. And I think there's a little bit of both going on right now. I think there's a lot of evaluating of that going on right now. You heard Rural talk about it on Monday. You have to figure out how much of what you weren't against Michigan was because of Michigan and how much of it was because of you. And therefore, you could come up with a response to, are we going to double down? Are we going to keep being this? Or are we going to pull the cord and panic and change everything and throw the ball 50 times a game and get really, really aggressive and turnover dependent on the defensive side of the ball? They could do that. They could pull the cord right now if they wanted to. I don't think there's a need to. I don't think they should do that. I hope there's no panic over there at the moment. I hope there's only a smidgen as much panic in that locker room as there is in this fan base right now.
Ooh.
I hope there's urgency to get better. I hope there is. But if their response is like, you guys, they have to change everything, and this coach, blah blah blah, blah, these guys can't do anything, then God help us all. God help us all. What's anything going on in the chat right now? Because I can't talk to these guys anymore.
Well, no, I'm just picturing what it would be like if the locker room was like our chat.
Would be a chaotic locker room.
Probably just be playing video games, not even bothering to practice.
Pedro writes in.
Hi, Pedro.
Hi, guys. Connor, I'm sorry to say that you have lost your run the ball card. It is just a reminder that you may get it back later this year if you repent. I have never been interested in applying for a run the ball card, for the record.
All right. Here's a question from Doug in Idaho.
Hi, Doug.
Hap, you mentioned trusting this team. How much trust do you have for the scribes who told us the O-line was the most experienced and deepest room?
So a great question. I was drinking the Kool-Aid on the offensive line. I was not drinking it on the tackles.
Okay.
And I'm still pretty much in the exact same place.
That's what it sounded like in the last segment. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I thought we learned a lot when they rotated in the first game. And I know they were trying to make it out to be a good thing. They were like, oh, but
we got so many people we could play.
You heard Dana talk about it, and he was like, I've never really seen this before. This is kind of weird. I think everyone should have had red flags when that happened. Yeah. And with that being said, I think that we could learn that, that position in particular gets a lot better when they have a little bit of a run game to lean on, and those guys on the edges don't have an opportunity to just pin their ears back and get after the quarterback. Nebraska's playing from a lead a little bit. And they'll have opportunities to do that in the next 4 games. So what was the actual question? What would I say to the how much trust do I have in the scribes?
Scribes, yes.
Guys, like, my advice to you, if you feel like you have been misled by any of the media people, the press conferences are all out there. You guys get to see just as much practice as anyone else. You got to decide for yourself. All right.
Jim at Huskers.com has to write 37 articles a week. He's looking for things to talk about.
Make up your own mind. If you don't like what the media, the as you're talking about the Kool-Aid or the BS that the media is feeding you, fine, don't eat it. If you think the media is to blame for Nebraska being bad right now, or if you think that Nebraska's bad right now because of the media, or like what, I don't know what even that take would be, just stop drinking it.
But it's so tasty. I need it.
Figure it out for yourself. That's on you. That's on you. We're back with Michael Bruntz. A great scribe.
A great scribe. He would never pass out Kool-Aid.
On 1620 The Zone.
Broncos country, let's ride.
Breaking news.
Michael Bruntz.
This is the second time that breaking news has happened right when I come on the show. That's a good life lesson to be learned in all this. If you're going to give somebody over $100 million, make sure they're not weird.
Michael Bruntz, Husker 24/7.
I believe when Bruntz had the quote of, if you're going to give somebody $100 million, make sure they're not weird. He was talking about Russell Wilson.
That's
now,
right.
the Giants did not give Russell Wilson $100 million, nor did he have enough time to show his weirdness, but still it has resulted in the same result for young Russ, as Bruntz joins us now on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone Hotline. Hi, Michael.
It's Jackson Dart time.
It is. We're ripping darts.
Mm-hmm.
People are definitely
darts.
saying that. Quarterback darts in New York, which is exciting. It's good because I don't know how much longer I could have watched Russell Wilson struggle to play quarterback in the NFL.
Not my problem anymore.
That's great news for you. Excellent news for you, my friend.
I got my own problem.
How's the week been? Have you found yourself, amazed by the conversation surrounding Husker football this week, like most of us here?
Yeah, I'm never surprised.
Okay, that's probably good.
I'm ready for anything at all times, but you might need to be more specific about which part I was surprised about, because there was a few things that were bandying about this week that I've been interested in.
Well, there's been the whole Raiola thing, so we could start there. The Raiola, Mahomes, and then straying off into he can't actually read defenses. Yeah, there's a lot going on in there.
Yeah. There's a lot there. I don't know. The national stuff it just feels like it's colored quite a bit by the Mahomes stuff. Is that fair to say?
Definitely.
That's a bit of a tired take. Really tired. I mean, it's like we've been through this last year. Everybody, you're a year behind. And yeah, I mean, I see he could have avoided a lot of those sacks if he was just more mobile. I mean, that may be true. But he still threw for 300 yards against Michigan, 3 touchdowns, the numbers that we basically had talked about all year all offseason being important, the touchdowns and interception numbers. There's a huge gap there. I'm aware that they played Houston Christian and Akron in 2 of those 4 games, but he's still been remarkably efficient. And so I think I don't know that Dillon's the issue, I guess is what I'm trying to get at here. And especially compared with other quarterbacks that were in his recruiting class and that kind of stuff. So I'm not listening to that conversation very much.
Judging off of Rule, to change directions off the Raiola thing, because I'm with you.
Yeah, sure.
Judging off of what Rule said on Monday, it just kind of felt like this was going to be an important week for them. Now that they have some maybe answers to their questions. I don't know if the answers that they've gotten off the first 4 games are all like positive ones, but now they know some truths about themselves. What do you think is the reaction for Nebraska after the first 4 games going into this important next 6 now?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta. I think the first 4 games, I mean, you've got a pretty good idea or a better idea, maybe some data points for who can help you,
right,
who can't. And I mean, I think we're probably talking about offensive tackle and running back, and
correct,
that piece of it. Not to speak in code, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of decision time. I mean, you've got four games of data to go off of. You've seen various guys and situations, and it's just time now that you need to decide, like, what are you willing to handle with Elijah Pritchett? Are you okay with a false start or 2 if the picture looks okay elsewise? Is he one of your 5 best offensive linemen? Is Gunnar Gatula part of that 5 group of 5? Matt Rule said they're willing to move guys to opposite sides. I mean, is that part of the conversation? I don't know. But that's kind of the decision making that needs to be done this week and through practices. And I think you even go back to last year. I think they used the bye week pretty well. I mean, obviously they hired Dana Holgerson. He was one of them. But,
right. That's good use of the bye week last year.
I mean, they're not afraid to make those kinds of decisions given the time and some information. So you got to get those two positions figured out. You're also probably looking at players that are a little bit down your depth chart to say, okay, could Dawson Merritt work his way into the linebacker rotation? Players like that maybe you've gotten just a little slice of these first 4 games. Can they help you, down the stretch? Because the redshirt conversation is probably a moot point now, given the 5-for-5 stuff is probably coming down. So, I mean, they just have to make decisions about that stuff, and they're 4 games into it, and I think they probably have enough information to go off of to make those decisions now.
Bruntz, what's the best path? Not necessarily at running back, because I do think we found some answers there to who they trust and who they don't, which is who they trust is Emmett Johnson and who they don't trust is everyone else. Everyone else at this point. But like, what's the best path going forward in terms of how you approach the run game, and what you need out of it in order to keep defenses sort of honest? Because I really don't think it was. Your reaction to Saturday might be, well, they're going to have a tough time running the ball, but I just kind of think that might be what it's going to be this year. So the question then becomes, what happens after that? What do they do with that information?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're what Matt Rule said, you needed to be around 150 yards rushing to win, I think is what he said.
Yeah,
kind of in passing. I mean, I think it's going to be a healthy dose of Emmett Johnson. Maybe a little bit of Mekhi Nelson mixed in there. The thing that's interesting to me is, you had Bonner go down with that injury. It felt like Mosey was working more towards a traditional running back role. They've kind of moved him, I guess, to be a little bit more of a slot and do some of the things that Bonner had been doing. I think they'd love it if Carter Nelson could take over some of that as well. I think, part of the decision making also needs to be, what are they going to do with Mosey? How much are they going to actually use him as a running back? Because I think that changes the conversation a little bit. But I think what we've seen through 4 games is probably Nelson that's the backup right now. I mean, maybe they think differently, but I think he gives them the best kind of mix of things in the backfield that they can do. And I don't know. I mean, I think probably given what we saw against Michigan, maybe the pass blocking part of it needs to be a bigger part of that conversation as well.
Yeah.
If they're going to have to, give some help to the tackles, whoever they are. So, I don't know. I mean, I just think it's going to have to be a lot of Emmett Johnson, and then just spell him a little bit with Nelson.
Bruntz, have you, before we let you go, have you reserved any spare warmth in your heart for what Mariners fans are feeling right now as they feel as if this team is going to make a deep run in the playoffs?
I mean, I guess they made it, which is good. That's better than they've done previously. I don't know. I don't really have a lot of warmth there at all. Okay. They're a fun team, I guess. I'll watch them in a very detached way. So let's be honest though. I mean, a lot of what's going to happen with the playoff stuff, people are going to need to be watching the Sacramento Athletics because they hold some power there.
Why do they hold? Oh, because of who they play in the last weekend here.
Yeah. They themselves are immaterial of it, but they could spoil some things.
Who do they play this? Well, they play the Royals this weekend, right?
Well, they got the Astros today too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the A's Royals series will be completely immaterial this weekend. Nobody will be caring about that.
No, but today is an important one for the picture.
Okay.
So,
hey, I'm all for getting Houston out of there.
They could actually get Detroit back in. So We'll see.
Yeah, it would be really funny if Detroit blew this lead all the way out of the playoffs. At the same time, I guess it's really a win-win. Either way, whatever the A's decide to do, however they decide they want to play it, because either Houston's out or Detroit's out, and I like both of those options.
I like the idea of Oakland the Athletics having some choice in the matter. Like they're going to actually decide what they're going to do. Yeah. They're just listless. So
it's all up to them. It's all up to the A's. As you said, they hold all the power. Enjoy the Ryder Cup this weekend, Mr. Golf.
Yeah, big one. USA. See Ed Orgeron out there already, getting everybody fired up.
Is he really, Ed Orgeron?
He was in the gallery during like a Tuesday practice round, leading the USA chant.
Oh my God!
He had a shirt on, surprisingly.
Okay, I see this now. Yeah, not what I had in mind, but honestly, the perfect American mascot for this Ryder Cup weekend. This will be great.
Yeah.
I also saw the picture of everyone kissing their wives, which is a popular one every year.
Yeah. Good to see. You can set your watch to those things, and I appreciate that.
All right, Bruntz. Enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you soon.
Yep. See ya.
Michael Bruntz, Husker 247. People forget about the Ryder Cup. Bruntz always reminds us of the golf activities that are going on, though.
Oh, I remembered.
You did?
I did.
Interesting.
Because I looked it up and I said, what day does that start? I got to put it on what to watch. It's tomorrow.
It starts tomorrow.
I'm watching Ed lead this chant. Wow, this is
pretty great, isn't it?
This is magical video.
Yeah. It looks like he kind of starts quiet, USA, USA, and then it gets a little bit louder. All right, let's take a break. Time to grunt the slate, ladies and gentlemen. A little happiness in our lives. That's why Josh is here for us to grunt the slate. We'll do that after this on 1620 The Zone. But first, a word from our friends at Underdog Fantasy. Yes, football is back, and it is either made your soul colder and darker or happier if you've learned to appreciate the small things. We have Thursday night football going on tonight. You can play Underdog, by the way, right now in the state of Nebraska. Pick whether your favorite players or go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and more. You get your picks right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash, and you can play with as little as $1. So, yes, you look at football tonight in the National Football League. How about Jackson Smith and Jigba? 84.5 receiving yards. Higher or lower, that's just one of the options for you. Kyler Murray, 28.5 rush yards. Higher or lower. You can pull it up right now on the app, just like I'm doing if you're watching along with us on our YouTube stream. So those are just a couple of the options. There's some Maserati Marv stuff on there as well. Download the app today. Sign up using promo code HAPPER1620 to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. Promo code HAPPER1620. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog. Make picks. Win money. Must be 19 or over. Present in Nebraska. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
He gives you the latest sports news, analysis, and commentary in a clean, concise, and disease-free way.
See there?
What a relief. Thank God.
Wunderbar.
It's the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Grunt the slate, grunt the slate, grunt the slate. I'm gonna grunt the slate. Grunt the slate. Gonna grunt the slate. Grunt the slate, grunt the slate. Grunt the slate. Grunt the slate. It's time to grunt the slate. Man, I need this, Josh. I need to grunt the slate. Yeah. I got mad earlier at people.
Well, people are stupid.
Husker football sometimes has just brings out the worst in people sometimes. And so now we have the NFL.
It's never let anyone
down.
Your
team stinks. I don't have a team. And we can just watch it this weekend. There's no Husker game.
Yeah.
We just watch the NFL this weekend with pure, unadulterated enjoyment.
Yeah. We're not like Josh, where I'm mired in my Tennessee Titans sucking. I know they suck. They're going to suck. They're going to keep sucking. I don't care.
It's football in its purest form. We can watch Oregon and Penn State on Saturday night and just say, that's a grunt for that. That's my grunt for that game, Josh.
Okay, I like that.
Would you like to quick grunt Iowa and Indiana on Peacock? Whoa, what's that mean?
Smoking cigs. Don Siggs coming to town.
Don Siggs! Let me introduce you to Don Siggs.
You call him Don Siggs.
Don Siggs. And we got this one guy in the chat who's just saying all the things that Nebraska has on their team. Kenneth writes in, 1 grunt, 0 grunts, 1 grunt, grunt 2 bad knees, grunt bust, 5'9" slow grunt, 5'7" grunt, 1 grunt. That's basically what Jeff McGaffin is doing on YouTube.
Advocating for Shrek advocate Pat Fitzgerald to coach this squad.
Fascinating. All right, to the slate. We begin tonight.
Okay.
Prime Video, Seahawks and Cardinals. Yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
This is kind of good.
I'm going to take that for a Thursday night game.
I am too.
Hot take, these Thursday night games usually suck.
Absolutely they do, Josh. So we are blessed. Boy, are we ever blessed to get a matchup between 2 winning teams and 2 teams where, maybe preseason we thought, but right now, something might be going on with little Sam Darnold over there.
What do the Cardinals do without James Conner?
What will they ever do? What will they ever do?
What will those jerseys look like? New jerseys tonight for both squads.
Oh, really? Wow. Yeah. Cool. I didn't know
NFL Rivalries series.
Sunday morning, 8:30. That's right. We're going overseas. And what do we say to the people who go to Ireland? Never go to Ireland. It's at Croke Park Stadium. Vikings and Steelers.
I don't have an Irish grunt. I need an Irish grunt.
Avery Johnson's dad.
Hey.
Pretty good. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
A lot better than the normal international games we get.
So I think we're 2 for 2, and we're just really grateful. I think this is we're really grateful.
We're practicing gratefulness. Yes. Thank you.
Noon slate. This is where we get less grateful.
Oh, no.
Commanders and Falcons.
Ooh.
Yeah,
who's quarterbacking them Commanders this week?
The Falcons might be halfway decent, but
they didn't score last week.
You really shouldn't lose 30-0 to the Panthers.
Yeah. You can lose to the Panthers. It's fine. It does happen a few times a year. You have to score against them.
You really should score. Jaden Daniels says, it's not up to me, it's up to God. Or it's up to the doctors.
Oh, he ain't playing.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't think he's playing. Saints and Bills. Ooh, that's my grunt. I didn't even know that was a matchup until just now.
I got a grunt for you. Yikes.
That's my grunt. I'm sure the NFL will come through for us and it'll be a mildly competitive game.
Remember when you thought the Bills were going to steamroll the Dolphins? They did not.
Browns, Lions.
Not for me, Clive.
How about a Super Bowl rematch between the Panthers and the Patriots? Remember when they played in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, Janet Jackson's
No.
was exposed.
No.
Yes, it was.
That was that one?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
I feel like that was earlier.
No.
Okay. I guess it was a long time ago. You remember D'Angelo Williams? I do.
That's my grunt for that game.
Good. Chargers and Giants. Wow. Really? You're not interested in Darton?
I mean, I want to see. I'll look at the line afterwards.
This is kind of a fun watch for me. I'm
Where's
excited
it
to
at?
watch.
Who's going cross country?
It's in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
Famously not New York.
Correct. Even though they'll show those shots of Lower Manhattan.
Here's Times Square.
All right. Eagles and Bucks. Were you looking around to find something better?
I was like, yeah, what do I got over there? No, I want to save it.
Not worth a mega grunt for you?
No, I got the mega grunt.
Okay. That's just really good.
This is good.
This is a great game.
Yeah.
This is one of the better noon games we've seen in a while. Even though both these teams are kind of like mirror images of each other, like they're not super duper exciting, which I think should make for something exciting. It's like when Wisconsin and Iowa play each other.
Yes.
Back in the day.
They're the
When they were
exact
both good.
same team, but the Eagles do it with confidence and swagger, and the Bucks feel like they're just scrambling about trying to not die.
But they win.
Yes.
But they win. Titans and Texans. Someone will have to win or tie.
Oof.
Oof, indeed. Oof, indeed. 3:00 slate. Colts, Rams.
Hey, you gotta get it done. You gotta get it
This
done.
is actually awesome.
Yeah.
This is great. I love that game. Jags and Niners.
Oh, I got this one.
Now, why? Why?
Jags and Niners. Why
Why
are
do
they
we need
playing
Tim
each
the
other?
Tool Man for that?
Why are they playing?
The Jags might be kind of good. I get a little Jags tingle.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if the Niners are actually any good at all.
Do
But
they
they
have
have one-
22 players that can play football?
Unclear.
Okay.
Unclear. Once again, they've won games 16-15, 26-21 over the Saints, and then they beat the Seahawks in week 1, 17-13. I don't know that the 49ers are much good.
I mean,
But
that's the
they
way the
do-
Bucks have been doing.
They do have the 49ers aura about them.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
It's going to get you through.
325. Couple games going on. Locally, we'll see. Ravens and Chiefs. Are you sure?
I'll explain it after. It's coming. I'll explain it.
What's going on here, Josh? I thought the Chiefs were canceled.
Connor.
Oh, you want to see them lose.
There's a
Oh,
narrative at stake here.
You think it's over.
The chit chat shows will be fed for generations at the thought of one of these teams being 1-3.
It's going to be the Chiefs, right?
It sure seems like it. The Ravens have scored like the most points of any 1 and 2 team ever. Something like that.
I actually think the Chiefs should be banned from the Mega Grunt. The Ravens make sense because they're kind of crazy. You know, the
Ravens are must-see television.
Yeah, I mean, they might fumble 8 times, but they are must-see television.
When it's not my team, you got to be interesting.
Yeah. So that's why the Ravens and the Bills got the all-time grunt.
Yeah.
But the Chiefs are just not a fun watch. Not a fun watch.
I agree with you.
But you're saying the potential,
the fallout from this
Okay.
game will be
Okay.
substantial no matter
All
the
right.
result.
Fair. I'm not grunt shaming. I just wanted to ask a couple questions. The other 325 game is Bears and Raiders. in the big Roomba. Packers, Cowboys, Sunday Night Football.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Yes! Oh, yeah! Can you feel that, buddy? Huh? I have exercised the demons.
So I don't know what the sack total is for Micah Parsons in this game, but it should be at like 6.5.
Oh, yeah.
Individually.
You could probably bet that, right? Maybe a little early to bet
just
that.
turn them loose.
And it's Thursday.
Whatever.
Let's take the over.
Whatever the number is. He's going to go ham, as the kids say.
Oh, the kids love saying that.
Yeah, they used to.
No, they're not saying it anymore?
I don't think people are saying going ham anymore.
My wife said it earlier this week.
Okay.
So, yeah, probably not.
He's about to go ham.
Defense and special teams. Player to record a sack, Micah Parsons, minus 144. It's my only option, really? Okay. I would take that.
Travis says, I think Josh needs a ruh-roh like Scooby-Doo grunt to really convey the stinker of a Texans-Titans game. Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, you could have probably afford to add a couple more grunts.
Oh, yeah, we could expand the grunts.
Okay.
You just got to get in the lab and do it.
Okay. And then a Monday night doubleheader, 6:15 and 7:15 for the record. Jets, Dolphins. Oh, haven't heard this in a while.
Who does number 2 work for? That's right, buddy. You show that turd who's boss.
Nice.
This game is a turd.
Big poop. And then 7:15, Bengals and Broncos. Also not very good.
No. But they'll be on at the same time.
Thank you for grunting, Josh.
And at halftime, you'll have to watch the other one.
Definitely. Whenever one game is not on, the other game will be on.
Yep.
Unfortunately, because both games aren't very good.
Right.
But I'm sure the NFL will turn out for us and produce something. All right. We'll be back. 1 o'clock hour is coming up on 1620 The Zone.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Here comes the clown.
Josh,
have an opinion?
Can you feed to me the a Big Ten slate for this weekend so I can grunt it?
Oh yeah, I would love to. Oh my gosh, thank you for asking.
Yes,
we'll
I'd
go to the
love
schedule.
I'd love to grunt the Big Ten slate.
Okay,
for this week.
You think, dude? I think we got a good one, if I remember right.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this week in the Big Ten, all Saturday, no Friday games. Okay, we begin in Champaign, USC at Illinois. At that same time, Rutgers at Minnesota. Number 1 Ohio State goes way out west to take on the Washington Huskies. Don Siggs and his Traveling Road Show go to Kinnick to take on Iowa. Whoever's still left at UCLA goes to Chicago to take on Northwestern at the lacrosse field. And finally, 6:30 NBC and Peacock. Number 6 Oregon. Number 3 Penn State. I'm obligated to say wide out. That's a good slate.
It's going to be so good. What great games the Big Ten. And once again, the beauty of it, if you're a Nebraska fan listening to this show, is that these games could just happen. Like, you don't, unless you're a true sicko, which many are, you'll be watching these games and you'll be thinking, wow, this is great. These other teams have problems.
We can exploit those problems.
I don't have to think about Nebraska's problem.
Michigan State doesn't play, so it's not like, oh my gosh, Michigan State won 45-3. If they're going to put a hurting on us.
Great point.
Yeah.
Excellent point, Josh. And then, Nebraska's opponent after that is, who do they play after that? Maryland. Yeah, people have whipped themselves into a frenzy about this whole Maryland situation in a couple weeks.
Google September Maryland.
I wonder what that would get you.
Do a little research.
If you Google September Maryland, what do you get? Maryland plays Washington next week after having a bye this week. It's very possible Maryland could be 5-0. What did you find when you found September Maryland?
First thing I found, in September, Maryland transitions into autumn with warm days and cooler nights.
Did it say anything about crab cakes?
No. The second thing that comes up is an article from 2023. What exactly is September Maryland? And
Great
it's
question.
an article about Maryland football being good in September and not good in every other month of the football year.
Yeah. So Maryland has started off their schedule with FAU, Northern Illinois, Towson, and they beat Wisconsin. Then they play a team with a pulse next week in Washington. Then they play Nebraska. Then they go back to dead teams, UCLA. But it's all the way across the country, the Rose Bowl. People forget.
Travel, kick times.
And then Indiana, Rutgers, Illinois, Michigan, and Michigan State to finish out the season.
It's a tough end.
It's a bit of a challenging finish. I have not, tricked myself into thinking that Maryland is going to, obviously it's going to be a challenge for Nebraska, but am I super duper worried about it? Like, if you think, let's just say this, if you think Maryland is going to be this significant roadblock for Nebraska, you must think Michigan State is too.
Yeah.
Don't you? Don't you think?
I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe you should just worry about the next one. One game at a time, I'm telling you.
1-0.
Blackcat writes in.
Hi, Blackcat.
Let's call Scott Wolf to get some Michigan State insight. Did I not say that before the show or something?
Yeah, we were prepping the show today, and you said
we should just call Scott Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had this topic about Lincoln Riley today. Have you seen what Lincoln Riley is?
He's really mad about having an early kick instead of a late kick. That's the thing we complain about now as college football coaches is what time we kick off, as if that 4 hours would have made much of a difference at all.
For some reason, it's just the West Coast coaches who seem to be mad about this. Do they not understand how time works?
They have to understand that they're a school. They're a school on the West Coast. If they play on the West Coast, they will play late at night. If they play anywhere else in the country, they will play early in the day for their body clock.
Correct. Now, maybe it was against their principle to be in the Big Ten anyway, right?
Okay.
If Lincoln Riley would have had it his way, I'm sure they would have just kept winning 9, 10, and 11 games against crap teams.
Okay, absolutely.
In the Pac-12.
Sure.
Honestly, if I was a fan of one of those teams and I didn't have to care about how much money my school makes or how much money my school doesn't have because nobody, like their athletic departments are in debt or whatever. If I didn't care about any of that stuff, I'd be like, oh my God, this whole Big Ten thing sucks.
Yeah.
This is the worst.
I don't care about Illinois. I don't care about Maryland.
Frankly, that's what I think about Nebraska. Like if I didn't care about the money, which I guess you have to care about the money, these days. Yeah, I would prefer that Nebraska not be in the Big Ten. So I could only imagine that many of the West Coast schools coaches feel the same way. Here is Lincoln Riley.
Oh, hi, Lincoln.
After practice a couple days ago on the plight of USC's recent schedule.
We've tried to be aware. I mean, going from the absolute latest kick in the country to the absolute earliest kick in the country has its challenges, but the challenge is it is what it is, right? We don't make the schedule, and so clearly, and so we've had to adapt a little bit in the way that we prepared and how much that we've done, and even when you go back to Purdue being a factor now, being so late and getting back so late, it compounds if you're not careful. So we've tried to be mindful of getting our work done, but at the same time knowing that we need to take a fresh football team. We need to put a fresh football team on that airplane.
So they've gotten themselves a larger plane. I'm serious.
I don't care. It is what it is, but I would like to complain about it publicly.
They're never going to stop. Just wait till basketball season starts up and Mick Cronin gets a microphone again in front of his face. These guys got to get over it, man. I'm sorry. This is the deal. You are located on the West Coast, and when you are at home, like you said, Josh, you're probably going to play at the very earliest at 1 in the afternoon. At the latest, it's a 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock start in the Pacific Coast.
Oh, no.
That's probably what it's going to be more times than not. And when you travel to a different time zone, which almost every game you travel to will be in a different time zone, it's going to be a tough time for your body clock. But that's what happens when you move 2+ time zones.
Oh no, we've been given the distinct honor of playing at one of the most marquee times and networks in the sport. Oh no, woe is me. You're big noon, man. It's a big game
against Illinois.
Weird pick, but hey, big noon doesn't always get the first pick. Was that kick time last week absolutely absurd and just a ploy for some semblance of ratings? Yes, absolutely. Let it go.
Okay, but he should be the person who has the least amount of problems with it, because you made a team from Michigan travel multiple time zones to play
in the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night. It's 11 o'clock. It was an 11 o'clock start.
That's a strategic advantage.
I think
for you.
We get the, we get the crap end of the stick both times. Woe is me.
Oh, shucks.
No, man, you actually got the good end of it the first time. And yes, on the road, it becomes a little bit tougher.
You're 4-0, man.
Yeah.
Act like it.
I don't know. We should definitely call Scott Wolf about this.
What's he tweeting?
And
Black Cat, what's he tweeting?
And then get his takes about the Notre Dame series as well.
All right, let's see what this guy's up to.
See what happens. When will we stop complaining about things that just cannot be changed? I don't know. We might never do that. Might never do it.
Scott Wolf has tweeted out that quote from Lincoln Riley.
Mm-hmm.
and added at the end, if he did make the schedule, they might be playing the game in Mexico City.
Good one. A good one.
He has takes on the Notre Dame USC series attempting to move to Netflix, but failing spectacularly.
Good one.
It is mind-boggling that some people at USC thought they could get away with this.
Good one. Good one. So, shout out to our boy Lincoln Riley for just doing his thing and being triggered all the time. Anyway, I'm going to be excited for this slate because I get to watch it stress-free this weekend. And I don't have to play defense on Nebraska football on Sunday or Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday or Saturday. And eventually, the clock will turn, and then it will turn all the way into being excited about football games again. It's almost like we forget during football season that the football games are good.
Obligatory. Hey, Connor, we only get 12 of these, man.
I know. That's something that we like to say to ourselves in May. But for some reason, we forget it exists in September. No, I would rather live in my own feelings for the entire 3 months in which the football season is actually here, which is supposed to be the time that I'm actually enjoying. No, I'd rather be angry the entire time. Okay, you guys live your life however you want to live your life. That one's up to you. But I choose to enjoy the football this weekend.
I'm just tired of getting lied to and not listening to you all off season.
John emails in on the Equitable Bank inbox.
Hi, John.
Those soft-ass West Coast coaches just have to whine about something. They really do, except for Dan Lanning. I love him. You don't see Dan Lanning talking about no traveling to Craptown, USA this weekend to play Penn State in the middle of the night.
My favorite quote of the year so far. He was asked about, hey, big game, whiteout. What are your thoughts on playing the whiteout game? You play the game, not the occasion. Oh, right here. Put it in my.
It's not even like on his like top 10 this year.
I loved it though.
He's so good.
In that big black office chair that he's up on, like he seems like he's 20 feet taller than the people asking him questions.
By the way,
I got a weird dais at Oregon.
I'd like to update you guys on this thing that is going on right now. So our good friend Michael Severe.
I know him. He texted me today.
Yeah, he's been texting people apparently. He
rarely texts me.
He's been starting a new bit, or he started a new bit today where he is now apparently on day one of sending me pictures of his dog. Until I love dogs, he says.
Good bit.
Now, Michael, you got a great looking dog. The dog looks great, but you're not going to get me to love dogs. In fact, it was hilarious that you sent me this picture, Michael, at the time that you did, because it was right around this time where a woman was walking her dog in my neighborhood, and I'm doing a podcast in my podcast room, and I look out the window only to see the dog take a giant dump in my yard.
Whoa.
Then the lady picks it up.
Okay.
But it's a messy one. And so she can't pick up the entire thing.
Oh, no.
So nice try, Michael. Try again. Because it ain't happening today. What is the answer to that question? Like how do you work around? Because I know the dog's got a crap, like the dog's on a walk, the dog's got a crap. Like how do you not make them crap in somebody else's lawn? Like there's no way to do it, right?
I wouldn't think the effort that would require is worth the work that it would take. Yeah.
What would you have to do? Like just put a bag underneath their butt?
Yeah, maybe diaper the dog. Or like almost literally.
I guess the key
drag it to a neutral spot where it's no one's property.
It was disturbing.
Asian Joe says, Connor, take your kid to have her crap on that neighbor's lawn.
That's a great idea, except for I never know when my kid is gonna crap.
Yeah.
But it would make quite the mess. We'll say that. So I just or maybe she could have done a better job of cleaning it up. But yep, I went out there just to confirm that I thought I was seeing what I was seeing. And I was. There was bugs all around it and stuff like that.
Okay.
That was total mess.
You didn't make anyone eat
right
the white
there.
dog crap, did you?
Before 9:00 in the morning, it's a lovely day. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's a beautiful day. And here comes doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo poop. Not from a dog who is not mine in my yard.
Got that white dog crap.
Also, before we take a break, I'm really full of white dog crap. Before we take a break, a special shout out to Josh. You don't know this is coming because I got a tip here. A special shout out to Pedro. Why? You know, our friend Pedro. Hi, guys. That Pedro.
Yeah. Hi, Pedro.
It's Pedro's birthday.
Pedro.
Happy birthday, Pedro. Wow. Happy birthday, Pedro. Like we always say, we've got well-embedded moles everywhere. We got eyes everywhere. Pedro didn't tell us to wish him a happy birthday, but we got word that it is Pedro's birthday. So happy birthday, Pedro.
Another trip around the sun. We should all be so lucky.
We'll see you at the Jays games before you know it, Pedro.
That's right.
My guy. Back after this on 1620 The Zone. Hey, it's Happer here for Underdog Fantasy. Yes, we have football going on all throughout the weekend. You could watch it at your own pace, at your own leisure. And how about adding a little bit to the experience with Underdog Fantasy? You could play right now for the comfort of your own home. Live inside the state of Nebraska. It's easy. Just pick your favorite players. Will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and more. You get those picks right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash, and you could play with as little as $1. Doesn't have to be the individual players either. There's also the spread and the total, higher or lower, of course, on the total. How about tonight? 43.5 between Seattle and Arizona. You can make your choice on Underdog, just as I am right now, ladies and gentlemen. Download the app and sign up with promo code HAPPER1620. Make sure you use that promo code. Why? Because you're going to get $50 in bonus funds when you play that first $5. Promo code Happer1620. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog, make picks, win money. Must be 19 or over, present in Nebraska. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. All right, so what did we learn about ourselves today, Josh? Is the sky falling? Is the sky not falling? Are we mad that the sky is not falling if you think the sky is not falling? Or are you mad at the people who think that the sky is falling if you think the sky is not falling? Either way, somebody's mad at somebody.
There's an insistent vocal minority.
I think so. And they love it. They love to stir things up. That's for sure. They're stirring up the storm.
They are.
So
someone needs
if
to
you
know.
don't trust Nebraska to win games that they're supposed to win, then great. You won't be interested in going to the California Dream and fly away. Because you would fly all the way out there just to watch Nebraska probably blow it and lose. This one's only for winners. Go to 1620thezone.com. Enter online for your chance to win. That is tickets to the game, powered by Neutral Vodka Seltzer, by the way. Tickets to the game, Nebraska UCLA on November 8th. 2 round-trip flight tickets to LA. You know, it's us and USC. We're in LA. 2-night hotel stay and $350 in a gift card with just messing around money. Whatever you want to do with it. That is what we have for you on 1620thezone.com right now. Once again, that is the California Dream and Flyaway, powered by Neutral Vodka Seltzer. All right, we haven't gotten to the drive chart.
The drive chart.
Would you like to hear how bad Nebraska is through 4 games?
Yeah.
Or if you're a sky is not falling guy, would you like to hear how good they are?
I want to hear how that legless quarterback of ours is doing.
Well, that stuff.
You ain't got no legs, Dylan Raiola.
That is not necessarily reflective in the drive chart. Although we could do a fake drive chart on what it would be should Teef be the quarterback.
Oh, interesting.
Should we do a fake
thought
Teefy,
exercise?
Fake Teefy drive chart? I mean, look.
I don't think the audience could handle it. I think it would be hilarious. I don't think the audience could handle it.
If Teefy, Mr. Teef, would have been the quarterback on the 5-yard line, wouldn't, like the 4 times that Nebraska hasn't scored from inside the 5 this year, drive chart looks a lot different, Josh. 43 offensive drives. Nebraska has punted. This is great because people are just like, oh my God, the sky is falling right now. 43 drives. And I understand their opponents. They've only punted 8 times the entire year. 4 times each against the opponents with pulses, and 0 times each against the opponents who were dead. 18. But remember, every team plays bad teams, and you get to keep the stats from those games at the end of the year. So, like when we freak out because Alabama had a 2,000-yard rusher, it's like, yeah, it's very possible that 250 of that was against Towson and the Citadel. Like, you get to keep those at the end of the year. And you get to keep the win, too.
Yeah.
They don't only count the stuff that happens against good teams. They count it all.
Count it all.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing how it works.
Interesting.
Nebraska's gone 3 and out on offense 4 times this entire year. Nebraska's scored 21 touchdowns. 49% of its drives end in a touchdown. That was definitely a touchdown.
Every other time they have the ball, they're going to score a touchdown. And it could very easily be better than that.
It's a good way to put it. Yeah. 50% of the time, 49% of the time, they have the football. They score touchdowns.
Wow.
It's not bad. Nebraska's turned the ball over how many times this year?
1 interception, right?
Mm-hmm. And
I'm sure they fumbled it. I don't immediately recall a fumble, but I'm sure they
just
fumbled
one.
it. Yeah.
Just one.
Oh, just the 1 interception?
Yeah,
no fumbles?
No, one interception and 1 fumble.
Oh,
That's
okay.
2 turnovers. They're turning the ball over at an astounding, not very Jeff Sims rate of 4.6%. 4% of their drives, they're turning it over.
Derrick Henry alone has turned the ball over more than Nebraska as a team.
2 out of 43. 2 out of 43. Now, here's where you get into the stickier territory. That stuff sounds good. Once again, Husker, Christian, and Akron are helping. with all that. 34 out of their 43 drives have reached the opponent's 40-yard line. But so that's almost 80%. 80% of their drives are reaching the 40. That's a really nice number. If you can tell me that you're going to move it into opponent's territory and into the quote-unquote green zone, it's basically field goal territory, right? If you get to the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal. So it's a little outside. So maybe I could do the 35, but the 40 seems like a square number. So that's what I track it as. If you tell me 8 out of 10 times Nebraska has the football point blank period, they're getting it to the opponent's side of the field with an opportunity to score, which would be a long field goal, I take that. Now, they obviously, after that, has been a bit of an issue so far this year. They're still scoring on most of those drives, but the ones that are highlighted are the ones that have been inside the 10, and they have not scored. But that's only making up for. So this is the percentage of the time that they reached the 40 and did not score. It's about 18%. So think about how much we highlight that compared to what 18% is. Would you say 18% is a lot? Not really.
No.
Not really, right? 18% as a batting average would be horrific. And you only need 30% to be a Hall of Famer, as they say.
If you're hitting the ball 18% of the time, you are not winning AL MVP.
But once again, no argument that they have fumbled in critical drives, they have not scored on critical drives, gone for it on fourth down, in critical games, most importantly. So, absolutely.
They seem straight up bad inside the 5-yard line.
Point taken. No doubt. They need some situational Heine in their lives.
We all do.
They need some situational Heine in their lives. Defensively, Nebraska's faced 44 offensive opponent drives. They have made them punt on 55% of them.
I would say that's good. I don't know where that ranks nationally or anything.
I don't know where it ranks either, for the record. I'll give you the stop rate here in just a minute. 14 of those 44 drives have been 3. So 14 of the 24 punts have been 3 and outs. 14 of the 44 drives have been 3 and outs. That's almost 32%, a outstanding number.
Have those teams tried running it up the middle on Nebraska?
Michigan did. That was kind of it. They've only allowed 6 touchdowns the entire year. And
that's pretty good.
6 touchdowns in 4 games. Now, once again, none in 2 and 6 in the other 2.
Not backbreaking.
When you put it that way, it's a little worse, but still not that bad, right? And then they have recovered 5 fumbles and intercepted a ball this year, so 6 turnovers.
That's something we've asked for in many an offseason. You got to get some turnovers
and limit the turnovers. I would say I would still like some more turnovers, especially for how I think Nebraska is going to have to win some games this year. I think they need to be like, if you're going to be leaky on the ground, which I think they probably will continue to be leaky on the ground, they're going to have to.
You got to capitalize on the mistakes.
The low key, one of my favorite plays from that Michigan game, maybe my favorite play from that Michigan game was Elijah Judy's rip out. Like, that was a great play. And it didn't seem like that significant at the time because they would have just punted anyway, but moving the ball ahead that much, we know, no guarantees that Nebraska gets into that position again. And I want to say they only got a field goal out of that drive. Or no, that was the drive where they ended up getting a field goal. I mean, it was looking dire there. Judy rips it out. Great play by him as the running back's going to the ground. Well done. And so only 10 out of the 44 drives by opponents have ended in points. That goes for a opponent scoring drive percentage of 23, just about 23%, which makes up for about a 77% stop rate. Not great. but I'd say probably top 25 would be my guess. I don't know if Max has put that out for this week yet. Let's see if Max is still doing that on. I would assume he probably hasn't put it on ESPN yet.
Probably not yet
as an article, but
too early.
Probably has tweeted it out. If I were to guess.
Okay.
Let's see. Max. Yeah. By the way, we forgot to mention that John Mateer news yesterday. He's
sad.
Okay, he says, we'll have full stop rate standings for you next week, but here's the current top 10. Penn State, 91%. Texas, 89%. You keep going down. Memphis and Indiana both have an 80% stop rate. Nebraska's just off of that. I think they're comfortably probably top 20 at this point in stop rate. Once again, I know 2 games against teams who have pulses, 2 games against teams who don't. Nebraska has an exactly even scoring margin against teams who do have pulses. What did we say? There's going to be some close games, Josh. They've won one.
The Big Ten.
And they've lost one. The drive chart isn't that bad.
Would you call it good? Good
actually,
or not that bad?
It's actually quite good.
Okay.
Clint writes in on YouTube.
Hi, Clint.
Careful, Connor. I'm feeling a disturbance in the force from Greg in Myrtle Beach.
Oh, no.
My Greg in Myrtle Beach calling after hearing all of these good things. I don't know. Like, it's not airtight, obviously, but it's workable. And I do think people are going to, maybe if there's one big thing.
Scott Van Pelt?
What about Scott? Oh, yeah, he does one big thing. Thank you, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
I like how you just say the thing that reminds you of the thing. It's like you're like constantly playing word association game.
Yeah.
I think people need to adjust to Nebraska just being a little bit leaky on defense. But I thought that before the year. Oh, the defense takes a little bit step back, but the offense is going to be pretty good. I still think that. So forgive me if I haven't overreacted too much so far this year.
Why didn't you tell me this before the season,
I did.
Connor?
I literally did.
You said step back, not be leaky.
All summer long.
The media always hides this stuff from us.
I know. Bunch of losers in the media. Mouthpiece.
Afraid you lose your access.
I don't have any access. We'll be back with the poll questions. We'll tell you what to watch on 1620 The Zone. Oh, X going to give it to you. X going to give you a Scary Acres combo pass this week for the zone deal, folks. Well, I guess multiple, 2 for 1. That's the zone deal this week, Friday at 9, 1620thezone.com. Time to get scared at Scary Acres. So I couldn't come up with a better word.
Oh, I should have played Never Scared.
X going to give it to you. Combo passes works good. Works well too. I would be an excellent parody songwriter. All right. So the polls at Happer Show on the JTech Instruction Zone Twitter feed. Do you love a good 3-man weave? No.
Yeah, no.
77% say yes.
Wow. What a white audience.
Okay, very good. Leonardo DiCaprio. Good hang?
I think so.
I don't like. We're talking like an hour. Like you don't have to like be friends with him.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, we're going over to Leo's tonight. Like
we don't have to get to know each other on a personal level.
Right.
So we're not going too deep here.
The
I'm
game's
say
on
yes.
at his house.
Yeah,
sure.
59% say no.
Ooh.
And finally, do you have a Jags tingle?
I do not.
Well, yes.
They are better than I thought they'd be.
68% say no.
So close.
They do not have them. Stibbs writes in.
Hi, Stibbs.
Oh, you think anyone could be just a good parody songwriter, Connor? I don't know.
Huh?
I might have one in my back pocket. It's like we forget about Nebraska missed the Big Ten tournament. I need to show some more.
We can break that gold out anytime we want.
I need to show some more. All right. What are we watching tonight, Josh?
We're watching the National Football League. Week whatever starts tonight. The Seattle Seahawks are in the desert to take on the Cardinals. 7 o'clock on Amazon Prime. 6:30. Your coverage begins right here on 1620 The Zone. Watch those beautiful new NFL rivalries jerseys and wonder if the Cardinals can get it done. They've lost 7 straight to Seattle. If you're more of a college football person, we have that as well. Army at East Carolina, 6:30 on ESPN. My thoughts, exactly. Pirates Reds going on right now on MLB Network. Got a late start after a delay. Cincinnati 1 game back in the NL wildcard race.
Was it because Livy Dunn's pits were too smelly?
Yeah, they had to clear out the stadium. Dodgers Diamondbacks 2:40 on MLB Network. Probably not. They're probably going to have to join that one in progress. Arizona 1 game back in the NL wildcard race as well. And then 6:40 tonight on MLB Network. It's Mets and Cubs. The Mets have a 1 game lead in the NL wildcard race.
Wonder what'll happen there.
The Mets got their brains beat in last night. New doc on Prime called Cocaine Quarterback, Signal Caller for the Cartel. The 3-part docuseries explores the rise and fall of Redondo Beach native Owen Hansen from walk-on to the national championship winning USC football team to cocaine kingpin for a dangerous cartel. You're making a face.
I mean, interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
Finally, series premiere on Netflix of House of Guinness. Trouble is brewing within the Guinness family. Yes, that one. In this drama created by the guy who made Peaky Blinders and starring 2 people I've never heard of.
Special what to watch tonight.
Okay.
This one comes from Rob Anderson.
Rob Anderson. I know him. Go Brewers.
Rob Anderson said yesterday when I saw him, he said, I watched the Court of Gold on Netflix.
Court of Gold?
It's about the Olympics from last year.
Okay.
So there's some inside stuff. There's some good mic'd up stuff.
I love inside stuff.
And
I
he
love
said,
the Olympics.
it's 6 episodes. It's called Court of Gold. It's on Netflix. It was good. I enjoyed it. And Rob said, watch it. Court, Court, not court.
I see Kevin Durant. I see Steph Curry. I see Nikola Jokic. I see Victor Wembanyama.
They're in there.
Yeah.
There's some French people in there.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what Rob said. So I figured to throw it in for what to watch.
He's a smart guy.
He is. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Rob, and thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Rob.
That is what we're watching tonight. That's the show. If you miss anything, 1620thezone.com is where you can find it. The crossover is coming up next.